We should not totally don't take minutes. It's a new party. We should just do it. That's stupid. All right. Well, I feel like with a bard, you're kind of our ringleader.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I figured is that, like, I would be the garner of crowds, and then you guys could actually make the crowds pay attention to things, and then I could steal from them while they watch you if they look rich. That was my plan.
Good. So, are we unsavory types? Or do you just do that on
I tend towards Robin Hood-y sorts of things, so if somebody looks like a noble person, I will probably steal. If they look like they can afford to lose it, I will steal from them.
Are you chaotic? Good? Neutral?
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good. Okay. What's your name? Did you figure that out?
Myrna, but Mac.
Mac.
For my last name.
Say butt smack?
Smack.
Yes, that's what she said. Did anybody else get that?
Smack.
Smack.
Yes.
Mac. M-A-C.
Butt Mac. You're in a butt Mac. What did you say? Like, can you say your name one more time just so I can hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, she got to type it just to avoid future. Myrna Mac Mackenzie. Okay. Oh, but she goes by Mac?
Yes.
Is that what you were trying to say? Gotcha.
Does not go by butt smack.
Butt smack.
Well, maybe like you don't think you do, but when like you're not there, what up, butt smack? That's how we disparage you behind your back.
It's not very kind.
What's your character's name, Jaeger?
I am Chaka Khan.
What do you go by?
I go by Chaka. Khan's my last name. I'm a Goliath Barbarian Gladiator, which is the variant under the Entertainer. I grew up on the islands of the Goliaths, and very much the group's strongman and painted man. I have tattoos covering about maybe 80% of my body, all very tribal and blue on my light skin, including face tattoos that go crazy. The group keeps me in a cage as we travel, but when we get to town, I'm in a cage, and it's like I'm the crazy man a little bit. We have a whole part of the routine where I break through the cage and stuff, and it's classic. He's also a mute, apparently. Answers things in grunts and nods. He speaks very fluently. Well, he's one of those guys who's not very smart, not very wise. He's got a good smile, and everyone kind of likes him nonetheless. But because he's not very smart and not very wise, he realizes it's probably better not for him to open his mouth much anyways. He's learned that much, at least. Sounds wise, but really it's just, I don't have anything good to say. Me break? You want me to break this now? You want me to break it later? You tell me when broken. I grew up, I feel like I'm a gladiator because I grew up in the fighting pits, of course, the circus.
You were abducted by an evil circus that put you in fighting pits?
Well, no. So I was in like a circus, like Circus Maximus, like it's called the circus, but really it was an arena fighting pit. And then I was rescued by a real circus, a traveling carnival group from the circus. So I grew up as a gladiator, and I used the flexing and the fighting as my performance style.
Rescued by the circus. That's a new one. I always thought you ran away to the circus.
Well, why do you? It's still a rescue. You're running away to what you want to be saved by.
What about your character?
Okay, so Elthorn is a Woodelf Cleric Outlander. I worship the goddess Mellora, who's the goddess of the storm, sea, and the natural cycles of the earth. I was born a tribal nomad amongst the other wood elves of the region, and until they were all unfortunately killed in colonial warfare. After that, I was literally raised by wolves in the wild, where I adopted an ideology of change and adaptation. I probably moved towards civilization in order to spread the word of my religion once I began having visions of doom of Mellora's vengeance, coming vengeance upon the world for misdeeds against her. And so my character is basically a sleeper cell eco-terrorist waiting to be activated. He's waiting for the correct impulses from his possibly schizophrenic mind, probably from his feral child upbringing, that's going to cause him to cause a scene somewhere. And so he's got a job with the circus because they need somebody who has a capacity to work with animals. And it just so happens I can speak with and magically charm animals, in addition to having the whole suit of skills that go along with that. So
what animals do you have in the circuses or in your troops' menagerie?
Well, you said that as part of the carny PC group advantage, we'd all get training and performance.
Yeah.
My character would do performances with trained bears, and he would be the guy who gets the bears to ride bicycles and do ballet and tightrope walk and all that kind of stuff. All those are inhumane things, and I'd just be like, "I'm sorry, bear. We both got to earn our paycheck."
I imagine on occasion Chunka wrestles a couple of the bears.
You just make it look good.
Yeah, and so I probably keep like a half a dozen bears manacled in a shed out back behind the circus, and I probably.
Well, are we a circus or are we a traveling group of 4 carnies? I kind of see us as like a traveling performance group.
Yeah, I was
and we take bears with us.
Traveling, entertaining troupe.
And we go town to town, trying to make our monies.
You have other people in your troupe. That's a good question. Is there anybody else in the troupe, or is it just the 3 of you? And occasionally 4 when Harden swaps.
Who's the ringmaster of our little operation? That would be
we can have.
All right, well.
There's only 3 of us. You can't. I don't know that you would necessarily have a ringmaster.
Certainly is not me. I have 9 intelligence. I grew up in total utter neglect and squalorous conditions. So I am not the sort of person who could run an operation like this.
How smart is Myrna?
The group.
How smart is Myrna? Is Myrna smart?
No, 0. She's got 10. 10 intelligence.
She's smarter than us. Sounds like you're.
Leave her obedient.
And that's how you all ended up on a road circus.
You convinced us, but didn't really have much of a good idea.
You're like barely making meat, just like scrabbling together loose change to eat every night.
Right, like last season we toured the frozen countryside, trying to find villages, but they had as much money as we did. So I blame Myrna for that. Well, I blame Chaka for that one. We visit Goliath lands. They good.
He's hard to argue with. You don't get very far verbally, and you're not going to get anywhere physically, so you just better go along.
I grumble when it's like, we go now.
Just have to be the biggest and toughest.
We need to see Mom. We've not seen her for 4 winters. Hi, Mom.
We go now.
We go now. So, where are we going after our journey to the northern hinterlands of Goliath infested peoples?
After your being to the northern hinterlands where there was no centralized cities for you to visit, just scattered nomadic roving peoples.
Yes,
you head back
just like
who trade in rocks, not even real currency.
What are you talking about? Rock good currency. Rock good for smashing? Rock good for eating? What do you do?
Stable financial.
All the rocks you want with real money once we get to a real city.
Oh, actually, one last thing. What's the performance skills that Chunka and Mac picked?
I figured. Song.
Okay.
Sing,
Okay.
drumming.
Yeah, mine is flexing.
Can it please be flexing so that your tattoos do dances?
Sure, no, it's flexing for sure.
That would be a subcategory of flexing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm trained. I mean, martial arts should be my performance, essentially, because I'm a gladiator. So, okay. But really, I channel that through the flexing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like 90% of a fight is won in the head before things start.
You are not ready for the Chaka experience. Oh my God. It really gets the children. The children love it.
God, Chaka!
Chaka!
He likes winning the children's love and adoration, and I like terrifying them with my dancing bear.
Yeah.
Mom, can I get face tattoos like Chunka?
Oh, we should start a side business of face tattoos.
So after your ventures into the Goliath land, you head south to the city of Dordran. You got into the town last night, and yeah, what's your guys' standard operating procedure when you get into a town?
We never go in at night. Always go in during the day. Pull your cart with your Goliath guy in a cage, rattling the bars.
Well, should I be like can the bears pull the cart?
They're bears. Of course they can pull a cart. Right? Bears are made for...
How much animal handling do you have, Tory?
I have +5 to animal handling.
Holy shit.
I mean, yeah, you can't use them as, like, pack animals. You'd have, like, other pack animals. But, like, right before you roll up to the gates of a town, you switch in the bears, and like, they go the last quarter mile just for show.
Right, and I jump in the cage, like, there's, like, this moment, like, all right, we're going in, everyone get places, everyone. Bars have, like, this flex moment where, like, I can flex the bars and, like...
Yeah, so, like, it's mid-morning, like 10 o'clock, still hasn't hit the heat of the day. Everybody's out, going out market to do their morning shopping, and you guys, like, roll into town with your troupe. Just like that. Chunk is, like, screaming and rattling and shaking the bars. The bears, like, whip them occasionally so they let off a roar at, like, frail old women who are carrying their market goods home. And yeah, where do you set up in the city, or what do you look for? Like let's say there's like a central square. Off of the central square, there's a market district. Then there are kind of noble districts off to the northwest, and kind of like residential working class areas to the southwest.
We should go to the people who need to be cheered up the most. We should go to the working class.
The prisons, yes.
Where we should set up shop. We're a little too lowbrow for setting up amongst the aristocracy. We'll be kind of a novelty at first, but then we'll get laughed at.
Okay.
So outside the market. I mean, everyone's going to be at the market.
Okay, but like the shitty like tannery low working class market.
Well, I mean, Pokemon could make it into the high class market, but the tannery's not going to be at the market.
That's true. But the shitty low class market then. Okay, so you roll through town, you roll through the central square, like making a ruckus and promoting your shows, and head down in through the the working class end of town. You know the city. You notice that as you're kind of going through the city of Dordran, particularly as you get into the working class section of town, it's a pretty well like racially mixed area. There are humans, there are elves, there are gnomes, there are halflings, there are dwarves. It's kind of a central hub for this province, and that's why you came here, to put on your show. And yeah, so you go through the working class neighborhood.
Look. That child has beard. Why that child have beard? Little beard child. Come here.
Calm down. They develop very quickly here.
The halfling looks over up at you. Me?
Look, beard child.
Yes. Talking to me? Looks at you.
You're upsetting him. Please lower your squeaky voice.
Oh, Jesus. Is this easy? Secure in there?
Mostly, yes, sir. Don't worry. If he gets loose, we'll immediately stick the bears on him. Ferocious though he is.
I roll a 19 to immediately call the bears into action and deploy them around the cart as we roll into town.
You see that the halfling kind of like mutter under his breath and go off the other direction, looking over his shoulder, shuffling his feet quickly as he heads the other direction. Yeah, and you roll up kind of into an open square that's adjacent to the front of the market district, and there's a prison at the far end of this empty lot.
Have I seen any of these places in my visions of doom? Are any of these places going to be rocked by cataclysmic tsunamis or comets or something?
As you walk through this area, you don't specifically recall locations, but it's like you'll be scanning a scene and you'll just have these pangs of deep deja vu, like you've seen this place before.
Huh. This isn't the spot, guys. We need to keep looking. We're on the right track, though.
We have been playing for an audience of rock people who give us rocks for dinner. We are going to stop here and entertain them.
Looks like you like Mom's cooking.
Something edible.
Mom's rock soup is great hit.
Yeah, I tell the bears to play with local children.
There are children who would like to play with your bears.
Uh-huh.
Charge them for that.
Their mothers immediately snatch them away when they realize what's happening and that you're actually going to allow them to play with the bears.
Talk to my PR lady.
Carnies are so irresponsible.
I direct their questions to my PR lady, and I tell them you shouldn't judge bears, ma'am. Bears are people too.
Okay, I get up on top of Chaka's cage and start like yelling out to the masses and being like, come on, come all tonight. Sundown, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sundown, sure. To see the amazing tattooed Goliath as he fights off a pack of bears. Marvel at the trained bears as they ride tiny bicycles. A wonder most townsfolk have never seen.
It's true. This, like...
The bicycles, not the bears.
All around, actually, is probably the most exciting thing that's happened in weeks in this place. So yeah, like you see people like on their way to the market stop and listen to your speeches and stare and point and whisper at the horrible monster you have chained up in the cage, and slyly slip over and pet the bears when they can.
Antagonize the bears.
When I'm in the cage, I only speak in giant.
He's a real giant, only sized down by a wizard. They keep him in his magical cage, which reduces him.
Stand back, children! It's not safe.
Is it true? Is he a real giant?
Ooh la la la!
Who can say? For no one can understand him.
Can I make a strength check to try to bend the bars?
Yes. What DC do you think iron bars have? Like 20, 25?
This one,
20 probably?
chains are 10.
I don't bend the bars.
Okay.
The 2.
You can bend them back afterward.
Yeah, right.
2.
Oh. Yeah, you grip them and quake and shake with all your might as you try to bend the bars open, and you see people gasp and stand back, and then kind of the crowd just pushes back as the cage rattles.
And I'm going to say at a certain point we start to set up a tent, because we can't just have Chaka stand in the cage all the time. We also can't let him out while people can see. So we have a large tent that we start to set up.
Do you guys have any underlings that are also helpers that are part of your troop, or is it just the 3 of you?
I'm envisioning us as the troop from the what's that movie with Death and playing chess, the 7th Seal, where like there's a troop of 4 and they travel in a cart and whatnot. Yeah. So maybe. Can we not have a tent? Can we have like a cart that like you push up the sides and it like has like a small awning? Like everything's in the cart essentially. And the cart transforms into a more permanent central.
Okay. Yeah, maybe like there are 2 carts there, and one of them like you fold out the side and it forms like a huge tent structure that.
Right. Exactly. And we set it up. I don't, because you guys do all the work.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have like an underling, like or something.
I think that we have the magical.
I train all the bears to carry all of the stuff and set up all of the fair games and equipment and whatnot.
You have been trying to train the bears for years. The other 2 of you are pretty sure this is a futile task, given that they don't have opposable thumbs. But he's intent on it and keeps trying.
I cast Speak with Animals on them over and over again until we hash it out and we work out a way to utilize the bears as labor without opposable.
Finally, we tell him to stop after they continually scratch long rips with their teeth and claws as they try to manually work working.
Like barrels and crates of supplies. Yeah. Like they roll them with their heads into the appropriate locations to be unpacked by others.
Yep.
Well, Myrna always yells at the bears for scratching up stuff, and like Chaka just goes, "What? They do a better job than me." Good. I think we also have our mechanical man, the magical mechanical man.
Okay, yeah.
What?
Harden's Warforged.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah.
Harton may be a Warforged, and if he's not, we'll fuck around.
Yeah,
We'll
if he's
fuck-
not, we'll just retroactively edit our memories.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so you have a magical mechanical man who also helps you.
Who's dressed like a butler and has a monocle.
Okay.
He is a completely nameless blank slate to be colored in at a later time. When you look at him, it's just like reality becomes a little blurry for a moment. Like it hasn't quite resolved out of like the cloud of possibilities.
Uncertainty principle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't observe him.
And you get things set up for your night's show. As it gets on into evening, you set up like torches and sparklers in the lead up to where you've set up your performance tent. And I assume you have like, I don't know, do you think you have like benches or that kind of thing, or how big of a thing? Maybe you have a couple of wooden benches that you put up.
Sure.
And people begin to like file in, and the benches quickly fill up, and then people pack in. Do you imagine that you perform inside of the tent?
I mean, well, we can either work for tips or we can charge entry fee. What do you guys think? If we work for tips, then we do it outside. If we charge entry, then we do it inside.
Right. I think we work for tips.
Okay, so outside.
Okay. In that case, yeah, so you use the tent as like storage and like the backstage where you stage things from.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have an impressive cloth, like what do you call it? Like the sound reflector things, like that's at the back of an amphitheater.
A sound reflector thing.
Acoustic paneling.
Yeah. Yeah, you have like acoustic paneling that you set up in sort of a hemisphere or quarter sphere
What about risers?
behind you.
Like
the whole
choir
time,
risers?
No, the acoustic like they're like
Ones you put up for choir? Behind the actors?
it's like a big half umbrella behind that like forms your backdrop and stuff.
Sure, yeah. Risers.
the whole time that we're like getting ready to start the show, I'm outside, kind of like getting people excited and doing constant cantrips of prestidigitation to impress people and singing songs and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, and eventually, the crowd thickens up, and it feels like things are ready to get going. The benches are full, and then beyond that, the crowd is just pressing in, standing room only. Or actually, well, yeah.
Should we roll for it? You can roll based on mine, since I'm the one that's garnering.
Sure, give us a roll, like a performance roll. Unless you think something else would be more appropriate. I think it's.
Can I grant her advantage by helping her with bears?
Yeah, absolutely.
There are bears present for your performance.
I can't read what that says. So 10, 15.
15? Okay. So yeah, you're pleased after a long kind of dry spell on the road in the nomadic Goliath lands with really sparsely attended shows. You're pleased to see like a good 75 people filling out the benches and then just packed in standing in a semicircle around this sort of little stage area that you've set up in this cleared area.
Do I notice anybody with a heavy coin purse that looks ripe for a sleight of hand check?
Give me a, let's see, would that be investigation, do you think?
Might be. I don't know if that might be something that I just might not notice, but...
Well, to spot a really prime target.
I'll roll investigate. I got an 11.
Yeah, 11. Sure. You spot, what appears to be moderately well-to-do merchant who's come in and brought like his wife and children to see the troupe that's come to town.
I engage him in small talk about the bears while I try to swipe his wallet off of him.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand. Where did these bears come from? Certainly aren't native to this region, are they?
Mm-hmm. They're actually all rehabilitated from attacks on humans. All of these bears have eaten at least one person at one point, but they're just they're really nice.
Rehabilitated from attacking humans, not from being attacked by humans?
No. From the trauma of having imbibed human flesh.
What'd you get on your sleight of hand check?
I got a 9 total.
Oh.
He punches you right in the face. My bullet, you asshole!
It's like, sir, you misunderstand me. I was removing all sorts of possible food items that could have confused the bears. You don't want to irritate the bears, sir.
Roll deception.
God, Tory, you're gonna get us killed.
I got a 0. I got a 0. I got a 6 total.
A 6 total? He just hustles his family off and says, maybe these aren't the sorts of folk that we want to be involved with, and he rustles them up and they leave. Other spectators quickly fill the open spot on the benches that he vacated. Though they kind of, the ones who saw the interaction, like, sort of keep a close eye on you. But, you know, figures, for fucking carnies, you dirty goddamn robber hippies.
I'm lawful neutral, but I'm too stupid to understand that my troop likes to steal things.
What's your alignment, Thorn?
Sorry, Tory.
What's your alignment, Tory?
I'm chaotic neutral.
And what are you?
Me, chaotic good.
Okay. So, like, Nat, you're like a neutral party?
I'm lawful neutral. This is very problematic.
Problematic relationship.
Well, like I said,
I will pull us towards the good then.
Yeah.
They keep it out of my eye line because they know. I'm always like very excited when we make a lot of money, but they never tell me where it comes from. How we make so much? There was only 4 rocks. There are like 20 rocks here, but there was only 4 people.
I did not steal rocks from anybody. I will just say that. I may be somewhat light-handed, but I don't steal rocks.
Not even like the shiny rock? Look, emerald.
It's true.
To be fair.
You did see 1 or 2 nice rocks in your time in the Goliath lands.
Didn't make up for all the other ones.
Yeah, and the total lack of really anything that you felt you could stomach to eat.
Yeah,
I just kept looking at those bears. That yummy, warm bears.
You probably saw like 1 or 2 gemstones before Chaka was like, "Oh, them good ones."
No more gems, you'll get fat.
Good ones are my favorite.
Yeah, you put on a few pounds. You're really hardy now. Healthy.
At least 1 stone.
Your skin is a really healthy bluish, like white.
Mm-hmm. Good. Good to be back in the Sunlands.
Yeah, and so as the crowd like fills out, you begin your performance. I don't know. Do you want to like narrate or give a little bit of the details of what happens in your show? You definitely need performance checks. Maybe it could be a skill challenge.
What does that mean?
Okay.
It means like we go turn by turn, and you narrate something you're doing to contribute to the ultimate goal. So the ultimate goal here is, say, entertaining the crowd to get good.
I will start Chaka in his cage while others are kind of doing things. Not only am I very strong, but I'm quite dexterous as well. I'm going to use my acrobatics check to jump around inside my cage and like hang from the rafters and try to be as crazy as possible. I got a natural 20 on my acrobatics check.
Yeah, you reach up through the cage and grab the chain and haul yourself, cage and all, up the chain, up to the rafters, and just start swinging around, shaking the entire den. You see a couple of the more faint of heart individuals actually just leave because they're terrified that the whole thing's going to come down around them. But yeah, we'll say you contribute 2 successes with that.
Go, Chaka.
Yeah, your turn.
Yeah, so I guess while Chaka is doing that, I kind of I'm strumming suspenseful music and and getting the crowd really involved. He can't do it. It's impossible. No one can do it. I roll performance. 12. It's 15 to 17. No. Yes, I can add.
12.5, 17. Yeah, so you play you play the banjo.
Yes, I'm a rocking banjo bard.
You have your steel slide, and you're playing this tense wobbly music, and you sort of you slide and bend each time the rafters shake and dust is coming down, accentuating the whole scene. So you contribute another success. Tory.
I'm proficient in use with the lute, so
Okay.
I back up her lead guitar with with her banjo playing with some melodic lute, and I roll performance. I got a 13 total.
13. Okay. Yeah, you back her up nicely, rounding out the sound.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I feel like the DC should be about. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so you contribute another success. We'll say you were
You can
trying.
make it ramp up so that it's easy to get their attention in the beginning, but
That's
keep
a good
attention.
idea.
You have to do better.
That's a good idea. Let's say you're trying to get a total of 10 successes. So you have 4 right now, and you've kind of opened up the show with the crowd was still chatting and talking, and then Chunka got up into the rafters, and the loose chatter just turned into directed gasps and awe, and then your banjo and lute playing, backing it up, kind of focused the whole scene, and now you have the crowd's full attention.
Do we have to keep going in order?
If you have something specific you want to contribute out of order, that's fine.
It's Jesse's call, but in my experience, I would always do a turn is one group of 3. So all 3 of us acted. So now we would reset, and you could act again if you wanted to.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I just want everybody to act per round.
Okay, so I mean, because I was thinking, since I'm the bard, I could get out in the center of the thing and announce the first act.
Okay.
So I get out in the center and I'm still sort of strumming on my banjo to undercut my words, and I just describe Chaka and where he's from, and if he actually a giant shrunk down, held tight by a magic cage. No one knows because no one can understand his savage tongue. And,
Blah, blah, blah.
so I spin a pretty story about him, and I don't know, Chaka, what do you, do you want to have a first act where you fight a bear or something, or?
No, so she go ahead and introduce me, and Chaka, do you want to have to roll for that, or what I'm thinking is this. My turn, I want to basically let go of the chain and let the cage fall and then break and then land in the center or open it up, and then I can fight bears and Tory can get a roll. So
Okay.
your roll is introducing Chaka. My roll is landing the cage properly so we don't break the mechanism that opens the cage. Tory's will be the bear fight.
Okay. Oh, so I got 20 total.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah. So you you get the crowd focused on the narrative of the coming act, so they know what to expect.
Your athletics check?
Yeah, I think an athletics check is absolutely the right thing.
I got a 21.
Nice.
21? Yeah, so you let loose from the rafters, and the cage goes hurtling down, hits the end of the chain, snaps side. It's like pre-configured to pop loose.
Sure.
Snaps loose, hits down into the ground, and the front door opens right up.
Yeah.
You pause for a moment, everybody, and then you step out. Oh my God, it's free! What are we gonna do?
Who face, Chaka? Who face?
Please be calm. Do not anger the giant.
I think I saw him grow. He's growling.
I point at little children and go, you! You! Tory?
They scutter behind your mother's skirts.
It's at this point I use thaumaturgy to amplify my voice to stadium levels. And I introduce the lineup of bears, all by name, with their backstories and everything. And
On Dasher! On Dasher!
And I use thaumaturgy. And how much action can I dictate with one turn of action? Do I just get one cast of one single spell?
I would say, one spell is probably about the right amount. But
yeah.
it's probably more than a 6-second period. Like, you can describe a mini scene if that's what you have in mind.
Yeah, well, I use thaumaturgy to amplify my voice, and I introduce all of my cast of bear associates. How many bears exactly do I have? You should probably dictate that.
4. You have 4 bears.
Bears?
I have 4 bears. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo.
Yes. They're artists at what they do. They're the old masters.
Well, Michelangelo is not Michelangelo Bonardi. It's actually Michelangelo Caravaggio. But I mean, I understand your misconception.
Dork.
Anyway, somebody stop his insipid rants. Kick his ass! And so all of the bears beset on him.
Yeah, you lead out the bears, and they, after being introduced, they circle around the Goliath, trying to back him back into his cage. Give me a roll.
Am I supposed to roll?
Yeah.
Oh. I got an 18 on my performance check.
Awesome.
Very good.
Of bear performance.
Let's see. Let's do this. Yeah. So the crowd is enraptured watching this. Let's say we're gonna do 4 rounds total, and you're trying to get to 10 successes, and that'll be the whole performance. So we're at the end of 2 rounds, and you have 7 successes at this point. So success.
We're doing well.
Yeah. And successes that go over will increase your earnings.
I use my turn, since the bears are now fighting me, to roll a performance flex check to martial artists, really, to roll with punches and fight the bears, essentially. Actually bring any injury to myself for the bears.
have them throw you through windows and stuff.
Right. Well, and actually, one of the bears we call the defenestrator because he carries a small window frame with him. Throws people through.
Yeah, so you can roll performance or you can roll athletics, either of those that you prefer.
I'm going to go performance.
Oh my god.
22 on performance.
Okay, so, I mean, as it turns out, they're actually fucking bears. So, they're not sandbagging that much. They know basically not to kill you. But, yeah, you managed to get away with just a few scrapes. You've had some bad ones where like half your ribs were broken because you didn't roll right after they like sent you flying through the window at full force.
I got a 23. Do I win or do I lose?
Do you want to make it contested or is it pre-scripted who wins?
I don't know. Like, do we? Who wins, guys? I'm assuming it's pre-scripted.
Actually, I could be going around and like taking bets with people.
Sure.
And, like, ginning up interest that way and getting people to bet like who's gonna win 4 bears or the Goliath.
Yeah, certain bears don't have any ego resting on it.
Right. My role is so that I appear like I'm winning, so the crowd, as the bad guy, the crowd does not want me to win.
As the ego guy.
Yeah, and with your 22, you like at one point, one of the bears throws you through the window. You roll, turn around, pick up another bear, and just hurl him side arm into the bear that threw you through the window.
Oh, yeah.
You bear.
No bear can contain Chaka!
Okay, so you're going around taking bets with the crowd?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, give me a... What do you want to roll for that?
Either persuasion or performance, maybe? It doesn't really make a difference, I guess.
Yeah.
Or deception, if I'm trying to say that, like, that it's not fixed. All of them are the same. Like, they're all
Okay.
5.
Yeah, you're rolling all of those.
22.
God, you guys are Yeah, you go through, like, people are absolutely hating Chunka, and are actually kind of genuinely afraid. Like, you know, one person almost gets, like, just barely gets out of the way before a bear comes rolling into one of the benches. The people are, like, diving out of the way. They couldn't seriously get hurt, and people really
Just barely.
don't want Chunka to win.
Just barely.
I got that, John.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Thank you.
Actually, maybe this is a good time for Tory to give a roll, because at this point it looks like Chunka is winning, so people might not.
Well,
Against him.
his turn.
At this point, I command the bears to line up into formation to grant advantage to Chaka on his next performance roll for the finale, as the bears all stand themselves up into a brown furry pyramid and for their final attack formation.
They sound like Voltron.
They're all going to link together for the finale, finisher on Chaka.
Yeah, they line up like phalanx, roar in unison, and then just start charging, barreling forward. So yeah, you can enjoy. Give us a roll.
You know, we're talking stackable bears here.
All right. Chaka prepares for the charge and does an acrobatic check or performance, you said. So I'll get an advantage on the performance. Wow.
Oh!
Oh.
The bear beat him.
Which way were the bets going?
The show
Bears.
climax, and just as it hits its climax, you biff it. Oh my god.
Which way were you trying to swing people? So we'll say
I was trying to lose.
Like, I'm not making bets with them. I'm, like, making a pot that we'll take a percentage of.
Oh, okay. I thought you were actually making bets with
No,
them.
no.
Okay. Okay.
I was trying to lose, and I accidentally like break up the formation on accident. Like, they're all coming. And I just step wrong, and all of a sudden there's bears flying everywhere because they're stackable, but they're not that stackable. It's very.
Donatello twists his ankle.
No, Donatello. And I break character. That's what happens. I break character.
Oh my god. I'm gonna start doing like some.
I mean, what?
You see, like about a quarter of the audience pauses for a minute. Did he just yell Donatello?
I'm gonna like jump out on the stage and like start doing like some really crazy like banjoing to like distract people and narrating like a spin on that. Like he's yelling for his father who died, was killed by bears.
Okay. Give me a roll. This is to defray the costs of his error.
That's a 14.
14? That's enough. That's enough for a success. All right. So you have and that's the end of the third round. So you have one round to wrap up your performance.
I believe that is the first two rolls of the third round. Tory's last action on the second round was to grant me advantage in the.
Okay, that's right.
Uh-huh.
Or I'm sorry, no, this would be the first two rolls of the fourth round. Tory's last action at the end of the third round was that. So we had 9 successes, and he had given me advantage to get 10, and I fucked it up.
It was going to be the great finale. It was hilarious. Destined to happen that way.
Mac like jumps in, kind of trying to distract from your breaking character, and like kind of spins it enough that yeah, like people are willing to go along with that. So who has a remaining action this round?
Tory.
I think I can still act.
Okay.
I
opportunity to recover the show.
Yeah, still the thaumaturgy continues to last for a minute, so I'm still boomingly narrating to the audience everything that's happening here, and I rush to Donatello's side and I help him stagger off to the sidelines. And I have the 3 remaining bears form up into a trio formation, minus the fourth one, as Donatello cheers them from the sidelines, and the 3 of them charge John for the final act.
Okay. Yeah. So you rally your troops and circle them up again to reform the line and try to drive him back into his cage to contain him once more.
Mm-hmm. For the final formation, and I grant you advantage, hopefully.
Well, this is the last roll, so
I just better roll animal handling.
Okay.
I got a 21.
Nice. Okay. You push Donatello off to the side and convincingly like rally them and push him back into the corner.
Yeah, the 3 of them just together pick him up in unison and then hurl him into the cage.
Goes tumbling end over end back through the back wall and disappears.
Yeah.
You just hear his roaring behind the sheet. And people are cheering. Like a couple of people faint in relief that the threat has passed, and people are throwing money in at you.
Yes. Wait, those are not rocks.
It's shadow rocks.
They're very refined rocks.
They're what our culture uses for rocks.
Oh.
Please stop eating them.
What is good economics if you cannot eat it?
Good point.
Double function, great.
You go through your earnings for the night. After things settle down. Even if you don't have anything else to wind down the show, and people slowly kind of disperse, they settle up their bets. You get your cut. And I was looking for the chart for making money, but I couldn't find it.
In the Dungeon Master Guide?
Yeah, I couldn't find what page it was on. I wasn't gonna fiddle with it. We'll say you pull in 75 gold for total from your performance, including the cut you get like a 20% cut from the bets that were made.
So that's like 25 for each of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and as the crowd disperses, I go out to find a nondescript corner out in the city to preach doom to the local populace, hopefully obscuring my features at least enough for people to not possibly recognize me as one of the traveling carnies.
Okay. Yeah, so things wrap up, you kind of repair some of the damage, go back to fixing kit at the end of the day. Is there anything Thorn kind of sneaks off to evangelize doom upon these poor, credulous masses? What about you, Chaka and Matt? What do you do the rest of the evening?
Chaka befriends the children and does face paintings that look like Goliath tattoos.
Okay.
Yeah, I go to the local tavern and do a bit of playing and also gossiping and just generally like finding out like what the lay of the area is. And
okay. Actually, give me what serves for gather information now?
It'd be a charisma check.
Yeah, it's just charisma.
Just straight charisma?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the book. What's that one? I think it's just charisma. There's like so many rumors. No, man. Just roll charisma.
Or charisma then. Roll gather information.
20.
Or 18 if it's just charisma.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you go out to the taverns and play a few songs and kind of chat some of the locals up. And one of the things that is, you get the sort of standard fare of like, what people's like working class life is like, it's standard downtrodden bullshit. But then as you get into some deeper conversations as the night goes on, with a couple of people, they kind of get into hushed tones and they start to talk about the new governor, Barrett, who has come into power.
Barrett. Is he a bear?
No, well,
Is he secretly a bear?
No.
Is he a bear in disguise?
So he came into power about 9 months ago, who's been implementing reforms throughout the town. He's reinforced the existing class system. He increased taxes and then redistributes those taxes to the nobles. He's put import taxes on the merchants that has really restricted their ability to make a profit. Everybody still has to come through Dordran because it's a central hub for the province. But he's been slowly, over the last 9 months, implementing these measures that kind of lock in and calcify the existing power structure.
How did he come into power?
He was appointed by royalty in the capital. And particularly so because Dordran had become kind of a looser Wild West town. And they appointed him because they knew he would bring things back into.
Are there any, charitable outfits in the town?
Yeah, absolutely. There are temples to Arathis and St. Cuthbert, and I don't know and Farlongen, who's like the traveler god.
Okay.
And Thorn, your character's name is Thorn, right?
Yeah.
Thorn, you get kind of the same vibe as you go out evangelizing. You get the sense that people sort of want to be receptive to your word, but as you start to get going, like every time you'll draw a crowd just on sort of raw charisma and wildness, and then once you really get going on like the wild's going to take back over and start saying all these sort of chaotic things, people start to sort of look over their shoulders, and your crowds start to thin.
I don't get along too well with humans. I cast Speak with Animals, and I seek out the animal dwellers of the city.
Okay.
Do I find any stray cats or rats or pigeons that are talkative?
All of the above. They're stray dogs, stray cats. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Yeah,
They're rats.
I ask a stray dog who the biggest predator in town is. You probably wouldn't know him by name, but you'd have a vague description of him, maybe.
The shiny, clanky ones.
That's the biggest predator here in town?
Yeah, the ones that are shiny and clanky, they're always coming through.
What do they do?
They run in packs, pick off the slow ones, just hear yelpings and smell fear behind.
The shiny, clanky ones. Does that sound like it fits together in my picture of how the city works, being a hominid?
You imagine that he's describing the city guard, who are all decked in like half plate or banded mail, what have you.
Okay. Do you know the shiny, clanky one's alpha? Do you know his scent?
I know where the shiny, clanky one's home is. Their den. We stay far away from there, though.
Yeah. You can you take me there? And you don't have to take me in there. You just have to take me to where I can find these guys.
Roll handle animal. He kind of balks at the suggestion.
I got an 8.
No, scary there. Fear, harm, death.
All right. Well, I let him go then, and I continue on to the guardhouse, where I hope I can possibly check out some more things. Yeah, I search for my party members first. I'm going to try and reconnect with my carnies.
Yeah, I went back to after gossiping, I went back to the tent.
Okay. You head back to the tent, and you guys kind of reconvene. Thorn, as you shortly after, you stroll up and you guys reconvene at the tent.
I explain my encounters with the dog and what he explained about the guards, and it seems like the guards have anything of value in this town. If we're going to rip off anyone, it ought to be them.
Yes. What else you find?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I don't know, things have gotten kind of dire here for the common folk. It seems we could really help them out if we took this new Lord Barrett. Has clearly no idea what it's like to live in this town, and took him down a peg. There's a couple charitable operations here that we could funnel money through, and
the strong exploit the weak. They choose to live here. Don't you think this Barrett is the correct alpha for this town? We should just try to deal with him without offending him. That's the most appropriate thing to do here from a wolf's perspective.
This is very strange town. And these poor children want to be painted like bears. Not like Chaka. I agree. Strange happenings.
As you guys are kind of convening and talking about your details, somebody wearing like official garb, a relatively young woman, looks like she's about in her 30s with brown hair, wearing full plate with a shield and longsword holstered at on her back and at her side, and wearing like a deep midnight blue tabard. It's not the same in tabard and insignia that you've seen on the rest of the town guard. It's a little distinct from them. She walks up and greets you. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to our fine city.
I'm sorry, Miss. You've already missed the show.
Would you like
Always
Facebook?
now.
Meet
Oh,
paint
no.
your face. It's very pretty.
You misunderstand. My name's Katrin. I actually have a proposition for you. We're very pleased to have talented entertainers such as yourselves here in our town.
We did do pretty well tonight. I assume the word got around.
Did you? I'm glad to hear it. Certainly I heard word that you had come into town.
Donatello's ankle is going to take a while to heal, but he'll be all right.
Didn't you heal him?
Huh?
Didn't you heal him?
Not worth a spell slot. He's just an animal.
Bears are very fidgety, too. They don't hold still for that kind of shit.
It's magic.
Hey, magic is expensive, man. I ain't got time for that shit.
Well, we had a few of our agents in the crowd watching tonight's show, and they were very impressed.
Agents? Of
Yes,
whom?
the Ministry of Information and Entertainment, of course. And you know, they brought us back their notes. Really, it's clear you're top-rate performers. But we were hoping you could make a few revisions to your performance for us for the time while you're here.
Revisions?
Yeah, I have them all written up. I can give you the notes if you'd like.
We can't read. We can't read.
You can.
Do you want me to roll deception?
Yes.
The wolf boy definitely can't read, and probably either get through
I read giants.
I get a natural 20. I don't know what letters are.
You had someone else paint these signs for you? And
Yeah, are
these
they right?
Flyers?
Could you check them?
I see. Well, certainly I could read.
No.
She,
For emphasis, I grab a rock and start eating it. Ow.
she's thoroughly distracted, right? Can I sleight of hand to pick her pocket?
Oh my god.
You can.
She's
Yeah.
gonna kill us.
Yeah, I want to help myself to her things.
I would warn you that she doesn't appear dumb. She appears like a very sharp person.
I got 20 on my sleight of hand.
Can I,
20
like,
total.
grab his wrist? Can I try?
I beat your passive perception, tiefling.
I'm not a tiefling. I'm human.
You're human. Oh.
So I guess against her passive perception. Okay, so yeah, you succeed. You lift her purse off of, like, out from behind her, tucked in the corner of her breastplate. Lift it out, pocket it while they're chatting.
Yeah, and I quietly count it while they talk about stuff that I don't care about.
In front of her?
Huh? Yeah,
In front of
I just count it. I wait for her to start shit.
Okay. Yeah, she's engaged in conversation. She doesn't really pay attention. Her wallet happens to be, an indistinct leather affair, so she just assumes you're counting your own money as you count gold pieces out in front of her. Well, if you can't read, I suppose I can describe to you some of the changes that we'd like made to your performance while you're here in Dordran.
It's really nice of you to try and advise us and all, but like we kind of have a shtick down. If you mess with the show right before the show, things go wrong. Bears get hurt. It's like not pretty.
As long as you're in our
No, change.
optional.
Say that again.
What was that?
Chaka what? No? What change? Chaka wins time? Chaka what victory?
Well,
What say you? What say you, little woman? Chaka win?
We can't let you win, Shaka, because then the town guard would become involved, right?
They are.
I look
See,
at-
no, I like that. No, I like where this is going. Yes, the town guards could come in as heroes after Chunka has beaten back the wild bears, the feral savage beasts, and then they could
Okay.
come in shining armor and
Yes, a win, not a victory.
I don't know how I feel about getting the guard involved. Like, the guards and soldiers tend to have a very single mindset, and it involves crushing and killing and doing harm and not entertainment.
We'll just give them blackjacks and billy clubs.
You know, those kill people.
No, very rarely. And he looks like a very tough
Well,
man.
what about the audience?
What about them?
Can
Well,
I-
you're getting them all upset.
No, they'll be proud.
Can I pick her pocket again?
Sure. What are you looking for that you want to steal off of her?
Is she armed?
Yes, she's armed. She has a long sword and shield.
I got a 22.
What are you trying to take from her?
Her longsword.
You put your hand on her longsword, and she backhands you in the face with a steel gauntlet.
Aw, I did get a 22.
You can't lift somebody's longsword off of them. That's not.
That's the point of sleight of hand, isn't it?
That's what sleight of hand is for.
Sleight of hand is like smaller objects. Like you're going to be pulling it out. I don't see. Describe to me a way that this could be done subtly.
I wait until she's looking at Margaret, at Mac, and I draw it.
Kill it. Wait.
I interject. A sword is on a sword belt. Just take the belt.
Yeah, I remove the thing from the belt.
She's gonna feel that.
Yeah, I feel like you're dropping like 10 pounds off of her waist. She's just going to notice.
Well, maybe she will notice, but do I successfully remove it from her inventory?
Yes, you flip the clasp on the belt, and it slips off of her waist, and you grab the belt before it touches the ground.
I take the sword and remove it from its sheath and inspect the craftsmanship.
It's one of the finer weapons you've seen. It's clearly a beautifully crafted.
I'm just a savage. I have no notion of ownership or property, so I just let her see while I examine the sword.
Yeah, she immediately becomes like her cheery tone drops out of her voice and she's like, "You'll give that back to me right now, or you'll leave our community immediately."
Mm-hmm. You're saying you're alpha here.
Yes.
I'm alpha now. I have your sword.
Your pack is very small. My pack is very, very big.
I chuckle to her and return the sword to its sheath and just stand there. Oh, we were discussing something before, weren't we? Why don't you?
She holds her hand out for her weapon.
I look at her. You want this, right? You should continue first. I'll hear out the rest of your offer, and depending on what I like about it, I'll return it or not.
Thorn, return the sword.
Yeah, I mean, you see her. She will rapidly become hostile. So she turns, looks across at the market, whistles at a guard that's across the way, and he immediately turns and whistles down the line beyond him, and you see coming across the square a dozen heavily armed guys.
I back
with
off of
spears
Thorn
shields.
and to make it clear that I did not.
I see the approaching guards. Oh, I probably don't. Nine passive perception. Maybe I do. All right. Right.
They're approaching. You see them.
Yeah. I go to grab my glaive off of the wagon, and I stand very carefully.
Okay.
You know what you do? You stand by him.
Thorn, this is a stupid.
You don't agree with stealing, but
like
okay.
The entire town's guard. Return her goddamn sword.
It was
Or
just.
I am not bailing you out of jail.
It was just a joke. Do all of you city dwellers have this bad of a sense of humor? I shrug as I extend the sword out towards her like bowing my head apologetically.
She does not crack a smile. Grasps the scabbard back from you, fixes it around her waist, and says, "Very well." She takes the piece of paper that she was starting to read from, hands it to Mac, and says, "You can find someone to read these things to you. Before you perform again in our community, these are the changes you will make to your performance, or you will depart. Good evening." And she turns and leaves. And the guards turn and clank off with her.
How many guards are there?
A dozen.
I tail the shrimpiest one.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Got an 18.
Okay. Do you wait until you would be rolling stealth against just one of them and not all 12?
Yeah. My goal is to tail one of them and follow his route from this point on.
Okay. Yeah, they once they hit the other side of the square, they start to disperse, and you pick one of them and follow him along his route. He goes through the market. You see they check in at like 10-minute intervals with other guards whose paths they're like scheduled to cross. They sort of salute each other.
What type of armor do the guards wear?
Let me look at. Let's see what they should be. Actually, no. Yeah. Okay. I think it's a breastplate. Is.
They wear pretty sweet medium armor.
Maybe that's. Let me see. I know what their AC should be. I don't know what they actually should be wearing. Yeah, they're wearing breastplates. So each of them just has a steel breastplate, and then tough clothing otherwise.
Okay.
They're wearing a breastplate. They're wearing a breastplate, and he has a shield slung over his shoulder, and he carries a spear in one hand.
Yeah. So
they're all.
I stalk after this guy, and I wait to see if these guys have any other actions to resolve while I'm doing that.
Okay. What about the two of you?
I read the piece of paper.
Okay. You read the piece of paper.
When she's out of sight.
Yeah. Once she's gone, you kind of unfold the piece of paper and look at it. There's a suggestion that you include a short piece of theater that glorifies Governor Barrett, in which and you kind of read through it. It's actually a little leaflet that she gave you. It has like a brief sketch outline of a script, and it's like one working class Joe is like performing suspicious activity, and so then the hero informs on him, and it turns out he's down to nefarious deeds. He's been like poisoning people, and the hero is this peasant who informs on him to the city guard. Other flourishes and touches. It's like, a chant of loyalty to Governor Barrett that would go at the beginning and that kind of thing.
What did it say? Chaka win?
No, it says Chaka doesn't fight.
What?
They want to glorify it.
Chaka fight well!
That's what draws the crowds, but they want to turn this into some kind of watered-down theater piece.
No! Chaka will not sell out his art!
Right on! I think maybe it's after that little kerfluffle with the guard, it's probably time for us to move out of this town as quickly as possible once Thorn gets back.
Yes, no compromise.
Well, it's only going to take us like one little thing to piss them off, and then we're in prison with no money and no rocks.
What happened to friend? Thorn?
I don't...
Yeah, Thorn.
The hell it takes for one of us to be in prison. What happened to Thorn?
Yeah, I attack with advantage from surprise.
Okay. What specific setting are you looking to do? You follow him along his route. You know, he
Yeah, I
goes through
I follow the guard along his route and try to isolate him out of earshot from any possible help. And I try to get him from a height advantage and nail him with my longbow from up above.
Okay. You climb up onto one of the nearby houses. One thing you notice, it's getting on towards 10 o'clock in the evening, and you notice the streets have absolutely cleared out. No one is on the streets aside from the city guard on patrol. So you pick a moment. You can time things, but the guards' routes are scheduled to cross about every 10 minutes. So you pick a moment where you figure you'll have an opening. Let's see. So basically, you should roll stealth against his passive perception. Is that correct?
To set up an ambush.
Okay. So give me a stealth roll.
I got a 14.
14. He doesn't notice you. So yeah.
I surprise him with advantage.
Yeah. So you're up along the rooftops. So you're well out of sight. Yeah, and go ahead and take your shot with advantage. He doesn't suspect a thing.
Balls. I got a 13 to hit him.
The arrow goes dead on at his back and clanks off of his breastplate, which he then turns and looks around behind him, starts screaming, cries havoc, pulls up a whistle from inside of his breastplate and blows it. And on side streets you can hear clumping as guards rush to his aid from there. So then I guess roll initiative.
I got 10 total.
Can we hear any of this?
How
How far away is he?
No, you can't hear any of this.
Okay.
He's off in the market somewhere.
We will hear the trumpet shortly.
Yeah. You hear a faint whistling off in the distance. You don't really know what it's about.
We're packing up the tent, I'm going to say, if that's all right with you, Chaka.
What?
We're packing up the tent.
Oh, but why not we do one more show? Give it to man.
Stick it to the man.
Give it to man. Give it to him hard.
We're going to get arrested.
What? You've never been in prison for art before? What kind of entertainer are you?
One that wants to eat.
What? We have plenty rock.
There's not going to be any rocks in prison. They're going to put you in
They make them out of rock. You ever go to prison? It is delicious. You know nothing of my life.
They're going to eat the bears. Do you want them to eat Donatello?
No.
They're going to eat the bears unless we're here to protect them.
No. No one eats bear. That's savage.
I don't disagree, but if we want to protect the bears...
Bears are people. Bears are people. Thorn always say bears are people.
To be fair, Thorn says a lot of things, but on this, sure.
So, the guard takes his turn, whistles, starts shouting. One of the rebels! He's up on the roofs! Circle around that side! But he can't get to you because he's wearing a breastplate, and there's no immediate. He runs over to the brickwork and not even. He just from the ground he directs and tries to keep you in sight.
How far away is the guard that I'm firing at and the backup that are converging on me?
The guard you're firing at. Let's see. We'll say you're 20 feet up. And he's another 10. So he's 30 feet away. I imagine he's pretty close. And you can hear clumping. I would say you can't tell exactly. Maybe in another round or two, there will be more guards here.
Yeah, I take a look at the guard down there and try to give him the slip. I'm going to try and disappear up over the rooftop and get out of his range of sight.
Okay. I'm going to say, actually, well, yeah, roll stealth because you have to be quiet.
Yeah. Got a 10 total.
10? Yeah, you're scrabbling across the, you like knock some roof tiles loose and they go crashing down and they're like, he's over on the other side! Get to the other alley! And if you're running, then I think it seems like we're initiating a chase, basically, right? There are rules for chase. Have you guys, either of you, used them? I'd kind of like to experiment with using them.
Yeah, I haven't used them, but I'm game.
Let's see what they're like, because I'm never going to remember them until I actually use them once for how they really work. But we'll say, I imagine, like, while you're doing that, you cut across, like, further down the row.
Well, I'm a wood elf, so I have superior movement to them, as well as being able to clear the obstructed terrain.
What kind of obstructive terrain can you... You have, like, movement abilities that get you through difficult terrain or anything like that?
No, nothing like that with Cleric.
Okay. But you have 40-foot movement, or how much is that? 35
feet.
Okay, so you have a little bit better. Okay. Okay, so we determined the starting distance between you and the other guy. So we said that that's like, 20 horizontal feet and 20 vertical feet. So I'm going to just translate those 20 vertical feet into like a 50-foot advantage because it would take probably a full move or two to climb a roof. So we'll say you're 70 feet ahead of him starting out.
Is the town going to be so dense that you can stay on the roofs?
This section of the town is moderately dense. You'll run into problems crossing from one street to the next, so you're kind of stuck in a channel of roofs going one direction. Okay, so during the chase, a participant can freely use the dash action a number of times equal to 3 plus its con modifier. Each additional dash action it takes requires the creature to succeed on a DC 10 con check or gain 1 level of exhaustion. The participant drops out of the chase if its exhaustion reaches level 5. Okay, and then there are things like you get advantage or disadvantage based on if things are difficult for you to hide or that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So you would probably have advantage since you're up on the roof.
Advantage on what roll?
So if neither side gives up the chase, the quarry makes a dexterity stealth check at the end of each round, after every participant in the chase has taken its turn. The results compared with the passive perception of the pursuers. If the quarry is never out of the lead pursuer's sight, the check fails automatically.
Okay. Since I have advantage, can I re-roll that 5 that I rolled earlier? For my stealth check on top of the roof?
I'm going to say that's your initiating failure that initiates.
Okay. Yeah. After that, a chase ensues, and now it's my turn. I dash on my turn, and I move 70 feet along the roofs as far as I can go.
Okay. So yeah, you sprint 70 feet down. It says you can do 3 plus your con modifier dashes. Do you know? So how many dashes can you do?
So that'll be 4. That's my first of 4 dashes.
The way I understand it, you then roll a you roll a DC 10 Constitution check at the end of each dash.
No, it's after you run out of dashes.
Okay, got it.
3 and then 1 for Constitution, and then you get to start rolling.
Okay. So you're moving 70 feet at a time, which is 10 feet faster than him. His con is...
All I wanted was that dude's breastplate.
You can't wear heavy armor.
It's medium.
Oh, is it? So his con is also +1. So in each of your four dashes, so you get another 40 feet ahead of him in this round, and he's sprinting down, screaming bloody murder, but sprinting on the ground, trying to keep you in sight. So you're 100 feet ahead of him now. Actually, no. After your second dash, so you've gone 140 feet, you get to a point where there's a gap before the next house begins. So give me an athletics or athletics check to clear.
All right. Does he have line of sight to me from where I'm at here as I'm about to jump?
Yeah, you're 80 feet ahead of him right now.
Okay, he can see me. I'm gonna
You can find something to break line of sight, so you could drop down, straight down, to break line of sight if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm going to zig on him when I run out of space to run to the leap. I'm going to head in the opposite direction from where he's at, and I'm going to try to break line of sight and hide.
Okay, so like you're on top of the roof, you come to where it dead ends, and you would have a gap to jump to the next roof or a gap across the next alley. And you're going to do what?
I'm going to turn in the opposite direction from where the guy is following and head off that direction.
So the same direction you're already running, or?
If the guy is following me on the ground from below, then there's a direction opposite from the roof where he's running.
Like perpendicular?
Like perpendicular?
He's running this way. You're on the roof up here. Do you want to run that way?
I want to turn away from him and drop on the opposite side of the building.
Right.
Are there other guards?
On the parallel street.
Is he in chase with just one guard?
At the moment, none of the other guards have caught up. So yeah, at the moment you're in chase with just one guard. Okay, so you drop down into the parallel street?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a stealth check to drop down.
21.
21? Okay. That beats his passive perception. So yeah, you break line of sight, you drop down. I think that means that you succeed then.
Why is it?
He's still in the area searching for me, but
That's what it says.
Okay, that's what I'm just curious how it works. That's what I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah, so you have a 21. You break line of sight and you kind of lose him. You run off. Yeah?
Jesse, look on page 254. Go there.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
You make roll. You roll.
Oh, these are good. Thank you. Very good. That's exactly what I needed.
Do you need a real die or no?
Sorry, I'm just reading for a moment.
it's okay. I still want to kill this guard and take his breastplate.
Chaka would be so ashamed of you. Chaka believe in law.
I need a breastplate. I believe I need a breastplate.
Yeah, I'm not really all for killing random people either, based on your wants and desires. You might find yourself in jail alone.
These people are bad though, aren't they?
They're lawful. So yeah, you drop down on the other side.
I didn't restart it.
And once you drop down, you find like a doorway that you can duck into, and you're hidden with your 21. But you can see down this street there's another guard running up this direction. So you can continue trying to stay hidden, or you can try to outpace him from this side.
Yeah, I'm going to keep a little while, wait until the guards have picked over the area before moving.
Okay, give me a d20 roll. 4. Okay. No, that's fine. Okay. So you just stay put. The guard comes running up past you. Give me one more stealth check while he runs past you as you're like ducked behind a door frame and a couple of crates that are in the path.
19.
Okay.
You stay hidden, and he goes sprinting on by. You waited out for a few minutes, and you can hear kind of like shouting and clomping, and then eventually things kind of start to die down. You know, you hear some other guards walk by, and they're like, "Damn rebels! This one got away, but they can't keep this up for long."
Yeah. Once they've cleared the area, I surreptitiously and coolly walk back towards the wagon.
Okay.
Where Chaka is still arguing with Mac about the importance of integrity in our performance and how not only will we not change our show, but we are not leaving because this show needs to be seen. The children of this town
argue the importance of personal freedom, and we should use that freedom to walk
personal
away.
freedom. Personal freedom to have good show. Personal freedom mean have no compromise to art.
We're not going to have a show or anything that we're able to compromise at all on from jail.
Oh, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. Oh, look, Thorn back. Thorn, what do you think? Art or the sellout?
It's always my understanding that the whole carny gig was just a cover for me to come into civilization and do as I please. So the integrity, when it comes to integrity, I don't particularly care. We can sing whatever tune we want to. The real question is how are we going to screw these people over big time?
We're not going to wholesale screw over the entire town.
Well, that's the thing. We already have a name. We have this Barrett fellow. He's the one who's screwing everybody else. We just have to screw one big fish,
Wait,
and we'll have enough to leave town and move on.
is Barrett make changes?
What's that?
Is Barrett make changes?
Is Barrett what? I'm sorry.
Changes? Is Barrett make changes?
I
He doesn't-
don't know what he's saying.
He doesn't speak with Gestalt phrases, so it's like, is Barrett making the changes?
Ah,
Articles. Barrett making changes?
Word.
Where's Jesse? Where's my translator?
Kind of dumbfoundedly at the Goliath, like, I don't know what he's trying to say.
What?
I
What
don't
are you
know.
trying to say? If artistic freedom is is compromised, it is threatened by this Sir Barrett fellow, then we must talk to him directly. We will bring ourselves to him. If he is a man of law and order, then he must understand art is one where you are able to take veil of lies to make truth. Chaka, make truth.
I suppose that means making a public appearance then, right? Fuck it, why not?
We are performers. You do not. You make public appearance all time.
All right, so let's try to go to Sir Barrett, or what is it, Sir? It's Governor Barrett.
Yeah, Governor
Barrett, and we'll say that we'll put on like we'll convince him to see a performance so that he can see the truth and beauty of your bear fighting.
Right. No, if he see, he will not change. He was,
Okay.
So
So
if he
we're
see flexing, he will
take
know.
our bear and go to the castle.
You're going to go directly at midnight
Is it
to
midnight?
the governor's
She just
mansion.
visited us, and it was evening. Is it
Well,
midnight?
after Thorn's chase and everything, I was
Okay.
saying about 10 o'clock. It's after curfew. It's getting on. It's not quite midnight.
No,
It's
they're
getting on.
nobles. They party all night long.
You're gonna march right up to the governor's mansion with a pack of bears and a monster.
I'll just scale
see the
the walls outside.
What's that?
We can just scale the walls outside. I can go wake him up personally.
That is not the point of what we're trying to do. We're not going to convince him by breaking into his house. It's unlawful.
For him to say no to us that way, though.
Leave the persuasion part up to me. The person that wasn't raised by wolves or rocks.
This is a moderate-sized town.
You do not disparage my ancestors. My rock.
I'm sorry, I'm just having a really difficult time not thinking like a 9th level character.
What?
Yeah, this is a moderate-sized town. There's a significant concentration of wealth here. There's a pretty competent guard force. You could, assessing the individual guards, if one-on-one, you guys would go fine with these guards. But if there was a concentration of them, or if you were breaking into a secured governor's mansion, you would encounter overwhelming resistance.
We should take Barrett hostage. We should break into his apartments and kill whatever resistance they have there and take him hostage. That's the best way to bring change to this city.
Shaka will agree. No, why kill needlessly and break in? You're talking about committing crime after crime for no reason but to have integrity with your art.
You'll be able to perform whatever you please that way.
Yes, but you have no honor. You do it in a way that has no bearing on reality. This here, this land, this hand, this word, we give these things because we stand by them. But I do not stand by actions of assault and breaking and entering.
Yeah, I'm not interested in murdering anybody, but we have a solid performance, and I think we can convince a reasonable person. I don't know if he sounds very reasonable, but if...
I will try not to fuck this up for you.
Tory, perhaps there are other pieces of information that you received that you could share.
What, about the guards?
Yeah.
Well, the guards have a headquarters. Is that what you were talking about?
No. They kept saying something in particular.
Like, you might have been mistaken for somebody else?
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Never mind. I'm not going to metagame / I am, but...
To metagame. I actually am not following what you're getting at either. So.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, so basically, what I'm saying is that they've given us a sheet of changes that they were supposed to... Every good citizen is going to rat out the bad citizen. They called him a rebel twice during the thing. They even said, damn rebels, as if there is an underground rebellion happening in the city presently. I'm just saying, if you were to share the fact or recognize the fact that there may be an underground rebellion happening, we could help catalyst something that'd be on a grander scale. I'm just, I wasn't there.
So,
Trying to connect it in any way with my character's motivation, I'm just like, you know what? Let's meet him. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with killing him or making nice with him. I still kind of prefer killing him, but you guys are the boss.
Where do you guys bed down for the night? Do you sleep in and with your caravan, or do you store things away and find an inn that you can go to? How do you take care of yourselves?
I'm an Outlander, so I have the wandering trait, so I can wander until I find an alcove and some fresh water and maybe some fungus growing in a corner, and then I can just go to sleep.
I have a feeling our cart comes equipped with regular bedding. Mm-hmm. That when we're in cities, we probably try to stop and pay for shitty inn. We don't spend too much, but I feel like Mac likes to have a bed. But I'm only guessing.
I was actually thinking that we would stay with the caravan. I don't think most people would let us, like, stable bears anyplace, so I kind of figure we'd probably have to...
You could start sitting with us at their own peril. They're bears.
Yeah. Alright, so we sleep in the caravan.
Okay, so you circle things up and lay out your bedrolls and tents. And bed down for the night.
Hey, Thorn. Thorn, what do you think they make bug juice out of?
Like what?
Bug juice. What do you think they make bug juice out of?
It's not rocks.
Oh.
Probably rocks.
No. Rocks? Good. Okay, good night.
Clunk.
I put in my earplugs. I imagine you're all heavy snorers.
Definitely. There's like 4 snoring bears.
I'm an elf. I don't sleep. I just trance out and stare off into the shadows.
All right. So you guys tuck in for the night. You're woken up in the morning around about like 6 a.m. By the sounds of the market as things start to get clattering and rolling. The city starts to come to life. You hear people like talking about the news of last night, like, oh, the rebels were out like them last night. Just little gossips and murmurings here and there when you go out to get your breakfast.
So do you guys want to try and head over to the governor's house and talk our way in for tonight or something, or do you want to wait till later in the day?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
It seems like we have. It seems like. What is it that we possibly can hope to gain by meeting with the governor?
Artistically.
He seems like an all-around dick, don't you think?
Maybe we can go to this guild of performance arts. I don't speak bureaucracy. If either what Chaka wants to do is stay within the parameters of the law and still put on a performance worth the effort that we put into the show.
Okay.
Okay.
My character motivations are not quite Tory's character motivations. He's very much more of a D&D character. My character is much more of a...
all of these people are going to die.
That does not mean we should make it happen sooner.
Murder
You always say that. You always say that we always live. You always say.
As you guys are discussing things over your breakfast, you go out to the market and gather up some things for breakfast, and then set a fire and get things together. Somebody walks up to your encampment and kind of starts like poking around, looking around. He looks like pretty much most of the other sort of working class Joes around here, another market car. But he's distinctly interested in you.
Is he like touching our stuff?
Yeah. He like walks up to the carts and he's like, lifting up the tarps, like, holy shit, there's bears in there. That kind of thing.
How old is he?
You guess he's like in his late 30s.
Okay.
Not really 40s.
Okay. He's not like young.
No, he's not young.
Can I help you with something, buddy, or are you just gonna try and get a show for free?
I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Seems like you guys made quite a ruckus last night.
What do you mean?
Yes, we had a great show. You come tonight, there will be number 2.
Rave reviews.
He walks into your camp and sits down on one of the benches. And... Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Michael. What are your names?
Mac here?
Chaka Khan.
Chaka, pleasure to meet you.
I wouldn't expect you to be able to pronounce my name, so we'll just say Thorn for now.
Pleasure to meet you, Thorn. Mac. you're some interesting folks. From what I hear, you gathered the interest of the town guards after last night. Is that true?
Yes, we mean to speak to Barrett today. We will tell him our art is for the sake of truth, and he will understand.
You're going to go speak to Barrett today. You really do have heart, huh? Maybe not much else, though.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Barrett's not the kind of individual that, holds audience with the sweating, muddied masses.
The whole point of the banjo is to speak truth to power, buddy.
This here, I pointed the banjo. This here kills tyrants.
It is a sweet song that machine sings, but
Everybody loves banjo.
nobles aren't the sort to hear banjo music. They're more for those grand orchestras and barreling.
Listen, once I get
organs.
going, you can't help but hear this banjo.
I hear there were some folks out on the town last night, which is funny, because it wasn't any of my guys.
Who are your guys?
Just rabble-rousers, ne'er-do-wells, that sort.
You keep slaves of rabble-rousers?
Mm-hmm.
Why you keep slaves? Sorry, 1 second.
That's right.
I look at Michael and I say, yeah, there were rebels about all over the place, looting and destroying property all around through the streets. I had to put several of them down myself. If you and your guards were doing your job a little bit better, maybe this town wouldn't be in such an open state of utter chaos.
He's not a guard.
Yeah, you don't see any insignia on him. He's actually, as you look at him more, you notice that he's dressed distinctly to blend into a crowd. There's nothing that stands out about him.
Strange. You have the look of the look of an autocrat about you for some reason.
You got me. But
Yeah, you're a narc. You're a narc. I got you pegged.
I'm not a narc. I'm one of the ones who gets narked on. It makes you a little bitter once you get kicked out of the inner circle. But you're right, I'm well read, of course. I'm not like the rest of these people. He gestures out at the rest of the market.
I rush to grab my glaive.
Okay.
Imposter! Imposter!
No. Well,
His eyes bug out. Oh shit, Oji just rips his seat.
I assumed that you were here to extort us for money or some such, but it seems that I don't know what your purpose is here. Why don't you explain your purpose here, Michael?
Absolutely. First, I'd just like to say I admire your art. I saw last night's show, and I haven't seen the people of this neighborhood as that happy in months.
Still holding the glaive. Yes, the children were very happy.
It's a perfect section of man and bear.
Beautiful harmony of fur and tattoos.
It symbolizes the conquest of modernity over beast nature.
But beast nature, you'll notice, wins.
Yes.
People don't like giants.
No, cages are bad. Modernity bad. You all live in cities of rock and iron.
You like rocks.
Well, I eat them.
Yeah, I think that's maybe part of why you drew a bit of attention last night. You can tell these guys around here, they're all about modernity and cages.
Not bad.
Well, I mean, the way I see it, you have a couple options. You can leave town as quick as possible before the guard turns on you, because...
Is that a threat?
No, it's advice. I mean, if you're really smart, just run for it.
Yeah, Don't mistake well-meaning advice for a threat, because that's just a statement of the obvious after all the shit that I pulled.
You've seen it yourself. It's a mess out here.
We will not retreat from the truth.
On the flip side, I can see you're all very skilled people. In my group, honestly, we've been going through some tough times recently. We could use some help. I don't know to say if you're like-minded, but if you could help us out, we might be able to provide a little bit of assistance.
What do you need help on? Songwriting, perhaps writing show?
Insight?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. 12.
Well, as far as you can tell, he seems genuine. You notice that he glances over his shoulder every once in a while. And, when guards walk by, he kind of tugs the corner of his hood just to... And, like, as he's gesturing, like, tilts his back a little bit so that, people don't catch a sight of his face.
So, Michael, what is it that you need us to help you with our exceptional skills, as you put them?
We can write you Song of Freedom.
Yeah. We never claimed to be anything more than performers with bears.
That dude just fought 4 bears.
Oh.
You went running around half the town all night and outran at least a troop of guards.
Wait, what is this, Thorn?
Yeah, and let's be honest, the bears are staged.
I started a fight with a guard. I wanted his breastplate. He didn't want to die. It turned into a thing. It's no big deal.
It is a big deal. You're putting us all in danger because of a breastplate.
These are human rules, not elf rules.
We're in a human town.
Yes, well, also, law happens everywhere. What are elf laws like with killing?
I'm pretty sure it was built on an elf town.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if it is for recompense of your people, then I understand.
Yeah, I'm owed. I'm I'm owed reparations. I intend to take them as I please and as I need them. I'm stipend. I'm on a stipend.
I feel like if you're part of our traveling group and if you value our lives at all, you'll take that into consideration in the future and not bring an entire armed guard down on our heads unbeknownst to us with zero warning.
I know what you guys think. I didn't get caught, did I?
Yeah, just because you didn't get caught this time, you didn't get the breastplate either.
Michael goes shit, and then he just runs off. He just like dodges off into the crowd. You look up at this interruption, and you see Katrin coming back to pay you a visit. She brought friends.
Okay.
How many friends?
There's a good 2 dozen. Well, no, there's a dozen.
Okay.
But they're
the regular guards, rank and file.
Can I roll stealth?
Yeah, can we try and run after Michael? Even? Is there any?
Let me roll a stealth roll for him. You see him just disappear into the flood of the people in the market. Like, he just pulls up his cloak, runs, and you just see a mass of people flying by you.
Now is the moment we defend our art.
Can I roll stealth?
You are visible. Do you have a way to roll stealth while visible?
I dash off exactly in the direction that Michael disappeared.
Okay. Actually, give me a moment. Let me correct the numbers of these guards before we get into it.
Yeah, because 2 dozen, I was just like, oh, well, I'm relocating. I run faster than these guys. Fuck them.
There are 4 guards and 2 large mastiffs, in addition to Katrin.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Dash off into the crowd and roll stealth.
Yeah, I roll 15.
Okay.
And that's it.
Oh,
That answers.
okay.
Chaka takes the glaive that's been in his hand at the ready and goes to stand with it as a staff and stands and almost not like he flexes a little bit but not like all the way. He stands ready to flex if necessary.
It's like ready stance flexing. It's not like aggressive thing.
Right. It's
So
nothing is overly contracted. Nothing is overly relaxed. Everything looks very ready to flex. Ready to flex at any moment.
Yeah, likewise, Mac is sort of like at the ready, hand is on her hilt, but not like just kind of resting there.
Yeah, so Katrin walks up to you guys and says, "Good morning, lady, gentlemen."
Yes.
Immediately as she walks up, two of the guards stand by her side. Two of the guards with the mastiffs, just kind of go out and they're sniffing around your carts and stuff. So I just wanted.
What do we help you with today?
I wanted to touch base with you this morning and talk about some of those changes that we had suggested in your performance that would make it more appropriate for our citizenry.
They were told to us, yes.
Where did your friend get off to? I could have sworn he was here just a moment ago.
He was raised by wolves, so he kind of comes and goes.
I can tell he doesn't really have manners, does he?
Sorry.
No, me must say though, because your changes they lack artistic integrity, and I must say, your veil of lies to tell the truth is really just a veil of lies to tell lies.
Yeah, we were actually kind of hoping to talk to the governor himself, maybe, and put on a show and let him see, like,
really a thing. Honestly, I'm the best person to talk to. I'm the lieutenant.
Yeah, persuade her. Persuade her.
This is, my territory to handle these sorts of things.
Roll persuasion.
To talk to the... What's the goal of your persuasion?
To talk to the governor, I think.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not really...
I bite my tongue. Accidental. It starts bleeding.
She just shuts it down immediately. It's like, he doesn't really handle these sorts of things. There's a hierarchy. It's my job. I'm the one you want to talk to.
Then you must understand. If you are in charge of art, then you must understand art has meaning. And the meaning of your filth... Sorry, your trash. This is not quite filth yet. And I must say, it is a little bit hackish and perhaps too contrived.
I just want to be clear that to him, to the giants, trash is, like, not as bad. They eat rocks.
We don't eat trash. How many times I say we eat rocks?
He's not even got very good listening skills. He doesn't clean out his ears. There's, I think, some granite mites in there.
We will not perform. If I am being unclear, let me say it in clear tones. We will not perform.
Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, while the mastiffs are searching the premise, can I lure them over and win them over with animal handling?
Potentially. I don't know how you would do that without the guards who are also handling them at that moment, without them noticing.
Right, they're leashed to the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the dogs were like in open, like active mode, but the dogs are like. They're like
sniffing dogs.
They're like canine units, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dogs are leading them around.
Are we free or are we detained or are we free to go? Detained or free to go? You tell me now.
Well, has your troop
What?
made a decision on whether you'll accept our edits?
What did I say?
I'm a reasonable person. I'm all for your evidence. I think they're very well written out. But, like, look at my giant.
We not perform this. It's a trash.
Again, not a strong word. It doesn't translate well from the giant.
I roll a slight intimidation check.
Okay. Slight intimidation check?
18. I guess I roll a good intimidation check. I tear her up. I grab the script with the chain, throw it up, and throw it in her faces. This garbage. You take back.
She steps back, like kind of wipes some of the spit off of her face, looks at her compatriots, and then just goes like this. I'm sorry. We'll be confiscating your goods.
No.
And you
Whoa,
are all
wrong here.
excused from our town. You
not
are not.
You will not touch our stuff.
You said that she has 4 guards with her?
Yes.
Is there any backup within hearing range that I can hear?
I mean, there are normal patrols. If you were just going to guesstimate it, there might be like 2 other guards nearby that would join the fray in the next 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to ambush these guys and try to get an attack on the guys while they're still blindsided.
Okay. Go ahead. So you're going to basically lunge out of the crowd and sneak attack them.
I have a longbow. My longbow's my best source of damage.
Okay.
Why are you a ranger, Tory?
I'm a cleric.
Why? I don't understand.
I'm a cleric who does whatever he pleases.
Let's be honest. Elves use bows. I've seen Lord of the Rings.
All right. So Thorn.
Or hunter elves, or like children elves. They all use bows.
Yeah, I'm going to assassinate one of the dudes with the hounds.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
What'd you get? Oh, that's terrible.
4.
So that's it for my surprise round.
Okay, yeah. An arrow just goes whizzing by one of the guards' heads and sticks into the cart. Zing!
As you can see, we are not happy with your decision to touch our stuff. You must roll initiative now.
Yeah, everybody roll initiative.
Chaka breaks the 4th wall. He tells the guards to roll
He's so
initiative.
strong, he breaks the 4th wall! Did you add anything to initiative, or is it just...
Dexterity modifier.
Let's do so 10. 10 for me.
14.
I got a +2. A 9.
What'd you get, Jaeger?
9.
9?
9. 9! Schnell!
In German!
Okay. The guards with the dogs are startled by your surprise shot, and spend the turn, regaining control of their dogs. Katrin and the 2 guards next to her act after Tory, but before Margaret. So, Tory, you act first.
Does he still have advantage? Or no, this is not a rogue.
Really? I thought as long as you're acting before them, you still have advantage.
That's a class feature of rogues.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you've got the top of the initiative, Tory. What do you do?
I'm going to shoot the exact same guy I just attacked.
Okay.
I got a 13 to hit him. I miss.
Yeah, you miss. It pings off of his armor.
Yeah, and I make sure to position
and it rolls down to
70 feet away from them.
70?
Yeah.
70? Okay. It goes to Katrin and the 2 guards' turn. They unsheath their weapon, or she unsheathes her longsword and pulls out her shield. and they, draw their spears and shields, and they begin to circle around Chaka and Mac. The two, let's see, one of the guards takes a swing at Mac with a 14 to hit.
Okay, I'm going to use my defensive duelist, so that doesn't hit.
Okay, so you parry his spear away, and it goes wide. And then the other guard stabs with his spear at Chaka, who just bats it away like it's nothing.
He just shakes his head.
He looks down.
No.
No.
No. No, no, no.
And Katrin gets a 14 to hit on Chaka.
No, no, no.
Yeah, Katrin pulls out her long sword.
I feel like because it's the barbarian Khan thing that does it, I'm not wearing any armor. It hits me and doesn't go in. It just no.
There's sparks as the steel deflects off your skin. And then it goes down to Margaret's turn.
Okay, how close am I to Chaka?
You are your choice, either adjacent or with 5 feet between you.
So if I cast a spell, then I can't attack, correct?
Correct. It'll use your standard action.
Okay, just making sure I understand.
Some spells have bonus actions to cast, but those are
None
rare.
of mine are slow. I haven't played a character with spell casting yet, so I just want to make sure I understood correctly before I said stuff.
And if you use, I found this out, I'm sure I'm just going to confuse more. If you use a bonus action spell, you can use your standard action to cast a regular spell, but it has to be a cantrip.
Okay.
Oh, what?
I found that out.
Really?
I guess that's a logical limit.
Okay. I am going. I probably can't move without getting a reaction shot off, or a.
Yeah, they're adjacent to you.
Okay.
So if you move away from them, they'll get an attack of opportunity. 2 of them will get.
Okay.
Yeah. Katrin and one of the guards will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on Katrin. Actually, maybe I should hit a guard and eliminate more targets. I hit one of the guards. So it's a wisdom saving. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to talk me through this for a second. It's a wisdom saving throw.
So basically, you cast it, and then she has to save against it.
So what do I roll to cast it? Or you
no
roll
roll.
to-
I'm just rolling to save. So
Like Lord Zed. Where'd you get the Daedra hearts?
the
So that's equal to mine. So that's
so she saves.
okay. So then she takes half.
Okay.
Yes, correct. She takes half. So it's 3d6. So 3, and then does she also get the
That was a
plus?
bad roll. No, that's the total damage.
Okay.
That was a really bad roll.
She takes 3 damage.
Okay. And is there any other effect? Not if she saves.
No, not if she saves. And so then I'll use my bonus action to give Jaeger a bardic inspiration die.
Okay. And how does that work?
So you can roll that after you've already rolled a die, Jaeger, to add it onto your attack.
Okay. And you hold that for like a minute or 10 minutes?
Yeah,
You
it's 10
can-
turns, I think. Let me
You
find
can
it.
use it on any attack or...
Yeah. But you can wait to see the result of it before you roll.
Yeah, you see Katrin, the whispers go flooding into her ears, and she kind of cringes for a moment and then shakes it off, glares at you. It goes to Chaka.
Just looking at one thing. Because I believe that rage does not grant me advantage on attack rolls. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Well, so it gives me advantage on strength checks and saving throws. And if a melee attack is a strength check, which I don't think it is.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it would be a lot if it just gave you advantage on attack rolls.
I don't think it is. But I shall rage. I say to, what's her name? Katrin?
Yeah.
I say to Katrin, your disrespect for the arts has driven me to great anger. I shall see you split in twain. I fully flex. No longer ready to flex, in full flex form. I grab my glaive and in a two-handed attack, bring it down with the full force of Goliath anger. I shall use my bardic inspiration, which is a D8.
D6
D6.
at my level.
I get a 14 to hit.
That misses her. Cleans off of her armor.
Fuck you.
You see she catches it with her shield and knocks it aside. And then it goes...
Can I ask a quick question? Do you get a reaction every... So, like, I used my reaction on my defensive duelist, but when... I won't get another one until... Or do I get one after my turn? When do I get that back?
It resets on your turn.
Okay, so I have it now.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. Carry on.
Yeah.
Then it passes... I will also use my movement while not breaking from the threatened range of the two that threaten me. I shall move between them to the other side with the crowd behind me, so they are no longer encircling me.
Okay. Sorry, did you attack? It doesn't matter, actually.
I attacked Katrin.
Yeah. And then it passes to the guards and mastiffs' turn, and they're still spending this first round getting their dogs under control. Because they rolled a natural 1. So then it goes back up to Tory.
I close into a distance of about 50 feet from Katrin, and fire at one of her guards with the dogs.
Okay. And as you draw your bow back the second time, you see people in the crowd beginning to like scream and sprint away from you and just completely clear a path open between you and the guards. It's like, holy shit, what's going on?
Yeah. I fire indifferent of the gathered humanity. I have a 18 and I only do 4 points of damage.
Okay. You peg one of the guards. And you see him, take it in the shoulder, huff, but he's still standing.
Yeah. And that ends my turn.
It's just sticking right out of his shoulder. It goes to Katrin's turn. Sorry, give me one moment. All right. Katrin looks up at you, Chaka, flourishes with her longsword and tries to cut it down into your legs. Ah! She gets a 21 to hit. And hits you for 6 points of damage.
Hits me for 3 points of damage.
For 3?
I have resistance
To...
from rage. I've resisted
okay.
physical damage.
Okay. She cuts down into your leg with her longsword, and it only goes about yay deep before it gets caught in your skin. You just look it down at the little paper cut she's given you.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guards takes a swing at you, Chaka, and the other one at Mac. Let's see, against Chaka, that is a 9 + 3, 12 to hit.
I deflect with my glaive.
And against Mac, it's a 10 to hit.
Yeah, I also don't get hit.
You duck out of the way, and it goes to Mac's turn.
Alright, I'm going to attack with my rapier, the guard closest to me. So 13, and then here I do +4. Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So 17.
You slip your rapier right up under his breastplate.
Do 1d8. Oh.
Oh man, you guys are rolling balls.
3.
Oh, we've been having a very poor start. I definitely have.
I said specifically.
On the performance.
Yeah, you really kicked ass.
I said specifically when we were performing, like, I really hope we don't get into combat, because right now we're hoping all the good ones.
Yeah.
So bad. Okay. After Mac, it goes to Chaka. So you've got Katrin and a guard on you, one guard on Mac next.
Chaka again swings for Katron and gets double damage with his glaive. So he rolls another d10.
Oh.
He gets 19 damage on Katron.
19?
Mm-hmm. And if it kills her, I would like it to do lethal.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I mean, he wants to kill her. He doesn't want to, like...
Oh.
You have the option of not knocking someone unconscious when you drop
Okay.
them.
Okay.
She's still alive, but you deal more than half of her HP in a single swing. You just bring your glaive down on her and collapse her into the ground. I know there are rules for massive damage.
Yeah.
And there are things like you lose a turn or you gain a permanent scar, that kind of thing. Oh god, I wish I could. Anyway, after that, it is the guards. Huh?
He maims her.
Yeah, we'll say you collapse her into the ground. She's prone, and you've like injured her left arm. She no longer has the use of her shield.
Mm.
It goes to the guards with the mastiff's turn. The two guards see their leader get collapsed, let go of their mastiffs and go, "Sick 'em!" and point out at Thorn across the square, and then sprint to their leader's side, and try to like position their bodies over her. Well, they position themselves close to and in front of her. They can't actually get in front of her because they can't.
Do you want to roll on the massive damage table or no?
Oh yeah. What page is it on?
273 of the DMG.
373.
Mm-hmm. 273.
Yeah, let's roll on that. Do you want to roll on it or should I?
Go ahead. She has to succeed on a DC 15 con shave.
Or suffer a random effect. Okay, I see.
I like this.
She fails, so she suffers a massive damage effect. 10. The creature can't take reactions until the end of its next turn.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, that's not that interesting.
It's fine.
Really?
The roll has spoken.
Okay. I'll still say she's prone on the ground. Like, you collapsed her with that hit.
And prone means she has disadvantage? Is that...
Yeah, and I think you provoke attacks if you stand up, right?
No.
No? Okay.
You have to use half your movement, or 15 feet of movement to stand up, and no more provoking. Yeah,
so the two of the guards sprint over next to you to try to defend Katrin, and the two mastiffs go after Thorn. So two mastiffs come straight up at you, rabid. Oh, actually, how far away did you say you were, Thorn? You said you were 50 feet?
50 feet away from Catris.
50?
Catrin.
Catra.
But not from the dogs necessarily, depending on what the map
Yeah,
looks like.
depends where the dogs are relative to her.
We'll say the dogs have 40-foot movement, so we'll say they spend their turn sprinting up to you. They do a double. They do a dash.
They dash up to me to surround me.
Yeah, exactly. And they go on either side of you, surrounding you. To then the two guards sprint over and just jab their spears right into Chaka. Oh shit. The 15 plus 3, 18. Does that hit you? One hit?
One hit. I dodge out of the way of one and into the other.
Oh, damn.
Yes, you do. 6 points of damage. But you have reduction.
I take 3.
He puts his spear right into your ribs, but it catches between the ribs.
Yeah.
And then it goes back up to Thorn.
I pull out a morsel of food and I cast Animal Friendship on one of the mastiffs.
Okay, is there a saving throw for them?
If he has an intelligence of 4 or higher, he automatically succeeds. Otherwise, he has to roll wisdom.
All right. Let's see here. Oh my god, the giant animals section is so long. He has an intelligence of 3, so he rolls will.
Yeah, almost 2.
He gets a 3, so he fails.
So I just tell him to defend me, like grant disadvantage to the other dog.
Okay, so he's charmed.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's charmed.
Okay, he will spend his next action parrying the other dog. And then, let's see, that was Tory's turn, so it goes back to Katrin's turn. She spends, you said it's 10 feet or half of her movement to stand up?
15 feet.
She spends 15 feet of her movement to stand up. She takes the disengage action, and she withdraws 15 feet behind her comrades.
So I just have a question of how it's set up. It's like me and a guard, and then...
Let's see, let's draw a picture.
You want paint?
No, this is a good way to do it. I'll just hold it up to the thing. Okay, so we've got, I'm imagining...
I just want to know like what side
cart,
of things I'm on.
Cart, Thorn.
Basically, I feel like you're on the side with Katrin. So there's me, 4 guards, Katrin, you. Because I ran outside.
They're in
so
between
they
us.
weren't circling us.
That's what I
was. Came to
Yeah,
me.
that's what I was wondering specifically.
So I think you're in a viable position to stab her the shit out of her.
Oh, you retreated to the outside, right?
Yeah, because you said they circled around us.
Yeah.
So Chaka stepped outside the circle. So theoretically, everyone in the circle is in between us.
And if all 4 of them are here, and she's still over here, Katrin should be where my thumb is, and I'm right here.
Okay, here's what I am imagining. Let's see, is that visible at all?
Pull it back. You gotta talk too, because the screen.
Okay. So there's Chaka. So you actually have, we'll say, a guard on the side of you, a guard behind you, Katrin and a guard, and oh, that's right, Katrin. Sorry. So Katrin actually would have had to withdraw 15 feet this direction. So yeah, Katrin was actually withdrawing towards the center of your encampment.
Correct.
Mac is just a few feet away from her with 1 guard adjacent. and you have basically 3 guards around you. And then Thorn's off this direction with mastiffs around him, and these are your carts.
So I just want to...
So how... Okay. Alright, so Thundering Wave doesn't really work. Okay.
I'm going to draft this up real fast. Boom, boom, boom.
Are you doing it on game table?
No, not quite.
Paint.
And then this...
Yep.
This reach.
Yeah, we can download the game table on your computer.
So this is what I see. The green on the outside is myself. 4 guards within distance of me. And the green on the inside is Mac, next to Matron, and 2 guards.
Yeah, I'd say that's perfect, except, well, actually, yeah, this works perfectly. I would say Katrin is probably around about, 5 or 10 feet beyond Mac.
This way?
Yeah, in towards the middle of the carts. So to the right. So she's out of your reach, but you could step over to attack.
Was she within 10 foot? Or no, she went 15 foot away from me.
Yeah, 15 feet is what she had.
Okay.
How far do you think I am from Chaka?
Like 10 feet, maybe?
Okay.
2 steps,
Okay.
I think. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, okay.
Not a Thunder Wave without hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
You could take a step.
I'll get a provoke thing though.
Yeah, how far did you move through, Chaka?
I just walked all the way to the other side. So if, let's say there's 3 squares of movement, like I walked, if I was on, I went from, oops, why? I went from here to like here. I was like, I'm going this way.
Okay. Margaret's wondering, because she's wondering about Thunder Wave's area of effect. If she can cast it from where she is without affecting you. It's a 15-foot cube?
Yeah.
So he would have to be... 15-foot cube means it extends 15 feet out. Or no, it means it's a cube centered
square,
on you.
Yeah, with then
You could cast it.
Would it hit her though? It wouldn't hit her then. No.
She's more than 1 square away from you. You would have to move to affect her with it.
Okay.
You'd have to move 1 square up.
Is it actually my turn or did I interrupt?
Let's see. So Katrin just acted. Is that correct? Yeah. So it's your turn.
All right. And I can't. I can't. Can I use a reaction on their? If I move out of there, they get an attack of opportunity.
You can use a
reaction
reaction at any time.
Okay. All right. So I will step in towards, away from them, towards Caitlin.
Okay. So you provoke an attack of opportunity from the downmost one.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a 22 to hit you.
Okay, well, that hits.
Okay.
I don't use my defensive duelist because it does me no good.
Yeah, he swings in at you with his spear. Oh my
Good lord!
Punctures a hole right through your armor, and then pulls it out. Die, you scum! Get the fuck out of our town!
How much does it do?
6 plus 1. So 7 points.
Good lord. All right.
That was pretty brutal.
It's pretty brutal. So I'm gonna move all the way around to the other side of Caitlin, so I'm completely out of reach. I'm gonna move towards between her and the carts, so that I'm furthest from the dogs and the perfect. And then I will do an attack on her. Stop using the mouse.
Kill her. Kill her dead.
Alright, good fucking lord. Get a 9.
A 9 will not hit her.
I flail around while I bleed everywhere.
Yeah, you close in to finish off Katrin, and she just like dodges out just barely to save her life.
All right.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration because apparently we need this. Oh no, I'm not. Oh no, I don't have to touch people for this. Yeah, I'll give that to Jaeger since he's got 4 guys.
Okay.
Jaeger, you get another D6 to use.
Thank you.
Chaka.
Okay, and then it goes to Chaka's turn.
Chaka cries out, "Where are my compatriots? Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo, Raphael!"
Zoolander!
I hit the Cowabunga! I will hit the topmost guard, I guess.
Alright.
And I will roll inspiration. Sorry, it's a 5, 10. I get a 15 to hit the guard.
Good lord.
Yeah, you just barely glance off of his armor. He catches it on his shield and it like collapses to the ground.
He has
catching
more
the
than
blow.
15? What are you doing to me, Jesse?
He's got a shield and breastplate.
Oh! This is not Monster Manual card.
Yeah, he is actually.
Oh, I hate you.
Yes, he
We
is.
are 1-8.
Go.
Yeah, you crunch into him before he saves himself.
Oh, good lord.
It goes to the Mastiff's turn. Yeah, you guys roll better.
Is Chaka done?
I think so. Are you?
I don't have any other recourse, yeah. Go.
He's so put out.
Yeah.
Release the fucking bear story. God damn it.
I don't think bears were a part of this challenge originally.
Well, guess what? They're here in our camp, and we're getting killed.
They are on hand.
You need to throw some...
There are bears on hand.
Okay.
When one has bears, one should use them.
Yeah.
Remember Michael looked at the canvas and the bears were there.
There is nothing I can do to stop you from releasing the bears.
He gave us 4 bears. You didn't have to.
Okay, so let's see. There's one Mastiff that's on you, Tory, and he has disadvantage because he's being harried, so he misses completely. He just spends his time squabbling with his friend.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me look at the map here. Katrin.
No.
I think we'll use a disengage action and retreat up to the north. So, like, past the edge of the cart. Yeah.
Coward!
Yeah. And she kind of shouts to her guard friend, "Keep them pinned down! More are coming!" The 4 guards around you, Chaka, let's see. One peels off to go after Mac, and the other 3 come in at you.
Okay.
So 1 against Mac. 22 to hit?
I can't do anything about that.
Okay.
Mac, are you dead?
I think it's possible. Let's see.
3.
Yes, I am.
It drops you to 0.
0.
So you're unconscious.
I am not happy at this moment.
One of the guards comes in, swipes with his spear at Mac, and she collapses to the ground as the last of her will to fight drops away. The other guys swarm in on Chaka. Oh my god. I'm guessing 2 of those hit? It's plus 3?
2 hit.
Fuck.
This is a short campaign.
Let's see here. So that's 5 plus 2, 7 points of damage?
Is it, I mean, how much, what
So
are
you
the
take-
individual attacks?
What's that?
What are the individual attacks?
There's a 22.
No, I mean the damages, individual damages.
Oh, sorry. A 3 and a 4.
So I take 1 and 2?
Yes. So you take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you still up?
Yeah.
All right. And then... Oh, actually, one of those guys acted out of turn.
It's fine.
Sure.
Let
That's
them
fine.
all be on the initiative.
It makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Just roll off together.
Just roll them together.
Are they all 4 guards?
Okay.
I don't really care.
It passes back up to
Margaret might care, except for the fact that the one that attacked her is the
exactly. If it's the one that attacked Mac, let's say
It's fine.
I mean, it's been the one that attacked her is the one that's been attacking her the entire time. Because it's the one she disengaged from. It's the same one. So unfortunately,
okay. It passes then to Tory's turn.
Is it an action to use the bears?
Yes, it would be an action to unleash the bears.
Okay.
I will say you will not provoke attacks of opportunity because the one mastiff is harrying the others.
Mm-hmm. Okay, also move up to Mac.
Okay, so you move up next to Mac and the cart?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
release the bears.
All right. And then spend your action to pull a key out of your pocket and jam it into the lock, rip the lock off, throw it on the ground, and open up the bear cage.
Mm-hmm.
The bears roll into initiative, do you think?
They could act on my initiative now.
Why don't you roll initiative for them?
Sounds fair.
So that's a 13. So they act immediately after you. Okay, so you open up the cart. They're ready to go, and they come roaring out.
Yeah, and I just order them to converge on the guards surrounding Chaka.
Okay. They come roaring out and pound into the guards around Chaka. They have multi-attack.
Just bear fury all up in this bitch.
The guards around Chaka, I think they break. I think they break and run.
Roar! Roar!
One of the bears lunges at one of the guards. Let's see. I'll give him his attack. Oh. Doesn't harm him. Maybe these are worth rolling. There are 4 of them, though.
Well, one of them's injured. Does that make a difference? He's probably slower.
Okay.
He twisted his ankle.
Okay. Donatello hangs back, nursing his injured ankle. Let's see, that's a 7 plus 3. Oh, actually, maybe this is reasonable to roll out. An 11 plus 3. So they swarm up, they rumble up immediately behind Chaka and take their attacks. They roll really poorly.
Bears join our party of bad rollers.
Yep.
Unless you guys
Right
don't.
in here. We were flailing for no reason.
You were doing well when you were rolling for yourself there, Jesse.
It's my job as the DM to do so. But they join the fray behind Chaka. Then it passes to Katrin's turn, and when that happens, 2 of the guards, upon seeing the bears, bear down on them.
Katrin took a turn. I think I've been skipped to the initiative order.
Have you? Okay.
Katrin,
Okay.
because the 4 guards attacked me, and then went to the Mastiff's turn.
You're right. Okay.
Because I want to run. Oh, I guess, I mean, if we can redact, you can take your attacks of opportunity if you want. I'm gonna throw myself past the guards, I think, and just hunt hunt Katrin. It's a foolish move.
She's an enemy of the arts.
Let's
Destroy her.
see. None of them have moved. Would they all get attacks of opportunity?
I think 2 of them would if I stay within range of the 3rd.
Okay. Oh, actually, I think you.
And I have a
stay-
reflex. I might only take 1 if I move
Okay.
carefully.
You take. Yeah, you take 1.
Oh, he hits.
And he hits.
Of course. Fuck you.
He does 2 points, 1 point of damage.
And I shall attack Catron.
Okay. He runs through, one of the guards tries to defend Catron, jams spear into you. You bring your glaive down. You see her darken as she sees the end come upon her.
At least
Can
I'm
I-
not going.
Hit her twice in a row with that halberd.
Can I, as a question, get a free action to intimidate?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Well, it didn't really quite work out, but I got a 9.
Even actually, regardless of intimidate, I think these guards can see that this battle is rapidly turning against them.
Mm-hmm.
So it went to the guard's turn, right?
Mm,
Because we missed your turn.
yes. So when it went to when you went to Catron's turn, Catron, then it goes to guards.
Catron's dead, which she should have 2 guards acting with her. I think they're going to take their turn to disengage. There are now a bunch of bears, and Catron's dead, like splattered across the pavement.
Mm.
So they disengage away from you, and then it passes to Mac's turn. Roll a death saving throw.
Is that 20?
Yeah, 1d20. You're looking for an 11 or better.
It goes to 10.
So you have
Neither of those.
1 failure. And then it goes to, we'll say it goes to Chaka's turn. Because we missed your turn in the last round, we'll put you right back.
So 2 of them are running.
2 of them are running.
Um,
Patron's dead.
yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get the map in my head. All right. Well, I'm gonna converge on one of the ones that's not running, and I shall continue the fight.
Okay.
Converge on him with 2 bears at my side.
Do you want to roll for the bears as well?
No, it's fine. I miss.
Okay. Let's see. The bears act after Tory. Okay. So you swing at him and miss. It goes to the remaining guards and the Mastiff's turn. The Mastiffs are in their own world. The remaining 2 guards, I think, seeing their allies break, can they run without provoking attacks of opportunity?
They have to disengage.
They have to disengage.
Disengage means that's what we basically do. You can remove your movement without provoking.
I'm going to give them will saves to stay. They both break and run. So you get an attack of opportunity against one of them, is that correct?
Yeah, I miss. The bears would have attacks.
Are there more? Sure.
One of the bears hits one of them.
Can I have another beer?
Does 1d6. So one of the bears hits one of them, clips his leg, and he screams and keeps running.
Oh.
So they've moved.
Yeah.
Let's see, they both dashed. The first 2 disengaged.
Yeah.
So 2 of them are 30 feet away, 2 of them are 60 feet away. Catron is dead.
Mm-hmm.
The mongrels are fighting with each other.
Yeah.
What do you guys
It's Tory's turn.
Okay. Yeah, it's up to Tory's turn.
Can I use animal handling to mollify the pit bull now that its masters have abandoned it?
Yes, you can. Remember that you have Mac bleeding on the ground next to you, so you could also...
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
You are a cleric, yes.
I do have one spell slot left for the day, so Cure Wounds is appropriate in this situation, I think, all things considered.
It's like, yeah, that could work.
Although I'm pretty sure you're a bard and you have access to this spell, too. No big deal, I'll just do it.
I'm dying!
I heal you to 8 life.
What does that mean?
You gain 8 HP.
Eight?
Yep.
Up to your maximum.
You're like good to go now. That was a really strong heal.
I'm sorry. I was my original intention, I just lost my train of thought.
Well, you needed to release the bears before you yield their trust me. Okay, that's essential.
Yeah.
Chaka will use his turn. Well, she gets to roll. Oh, no, she's alive, so it's your turn.
Yeah, it's Mac's turn. So you're lying on the ground. Most of your wounds have closed up. You're kind of like gasping as you...
How far away are the guards from me?
Like
Well, I
40?
guess the guards would have acted first. The two that disengaged can run now.
Okay. Yeah, they sprint. So they are 100 feet away from you.
Closest guards are 60 feet away.
What's that?
Closest guards are 60 feet away.
60 feet? I can walk with 60 feet. Alright, so the closest guard, then I'll use my last spell slot to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
So he has to roll...
So he rolls a will saving throw? What's the DC? He fails.
Wisdom.
Yeah, he fails. He takes your damage.
3d6. 3...
Okay.
8.
Oh.
So what? I don't understand. What do I do with this? What does this do?
That's for certain types of spells that are a spell attack. So I don't think you actually have any spells that use that right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And then he also, I mean, that's actually not that useful. He uses the rest of, if he has reaction, he uses that to move as far away as possible.
One of the guards who's running the other direction from you collapses to the ground, bleeding out of the ears. His eyes are bloodshot red, and he's frothing at the mouth, lying on the ground. And then it goes to Chaka. You've got 3 dudes running away from you.
They have the spears of the guards. Did she have a spear? I mean, is there a spear close to me? I don't think any of the guards actually dropped anything, so I don't have any...
yeah, no, there aren't any nearby spears.
Sorry, 1 second.
Throw a bear, Jaeger. Bears are projectiles, if you're big enough.
Don't you have some javelins or something?
I have 4 javelins. I didn't actually write down my equipment, but I was trying to see if I could pick up a thrown something or other. But yeah, sure, I have 4 javelins, and I shall throw a javelin at the guy on the ground.
The guy on the ground.
He's dead? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's dead.
I whispered him to death.
Let's throw another one. The one that's 60 foot away. Ooh. I should probably move closer.
Okay.
I move 30 feet closer, and I shall throw my javelin. Just 30. And 18.
You peg him.
I do 11 damage.
He collapses, tacked to the ground. Just he had 7 HP left. Actually, they have 11 HP max.
Yeah.
You guys just have to hit him.
Go figure.
Well, you hit the shit out of Patron.
Yeah. It was the only hits we had up until that point, really.
Mm-hmm.
Just counting.
You absorb.
Yes.
I actually did not mean this to be an encounter you could win.
Okay. Technically, we still haven't. because we just embroiled the city guard against us. So, how about that?
Yes, there are 2 guards running.
How far away are they from us?
They're now 100 feet away, and Jaeger just acted, and now it's their turn to act, so they run another 60. They're 160 feet away. They are.
Tory has a turn between them.
What's
Tory
that?
should have a turn between them.
Does he? Okay. Oh, because there's the Catron's one. Okay, you're
Tory
right. You're
healed, Mac did a thing, John did a javelin, guards ran. Tory's turn.
right. Okay.
Well,
Tory
they
has,
beforehand.
and
Tory
they're
100.
foot away.
I mean, at what point, just because I don't know how this works necessarily, at what point do you say they've escaped?
If you started chasing it pretty shortly, it's probably around about after 1 or 2 more rounds, they're going to be outside of your weapon range.
Mhm.
Like Tory's longbow won't even reach them after
Right.
another
They're
round.
about 70 foot away from me right now, and I will pursue for chase. Tell me not to.
Yeah.
I mean, you said that there were other guards, though. Do we look like? Because I don't think we like. Tory
They
said
have to
you've
get to them
used all your
first.
spells. I've used all my spells.
I pursue them 35 feet and fire my bow at the most available target.
Okay. Is that long range for you?
My short range is 150 feet. My long range is 300.
Okay, that's short range for you. Yeah, and mind you, all of this has occurred in less than about a minute.
Yeah.
Because a round is 6 seconds, and we've probably had 7 or 8 rounds.
I've
So,
got about 5 rounds. I count because my rage only lasts a minute.
I got a
Okay.
I got a 15 to hit him, and there's no way he can be utilizing his shield.
all right, I'll give that to you. That's a fair argument. Yeah, so without his shield, he would have 14 armor class.
And I do 11 points of damage to him.
Yeah, that's all of his health. He's over. Then it goes to the remaining lone guard's turn, who sprints at a dead sprint away from you guys.
So he goes another
And-
60?
Yeah, so another 60 feet.
Is he out of sight?
He is at this point, so he's 160 feet away. I'm going to say he's crossed the square and is on his next turn. He would be entering the market. So if he does that, I would say he's initiating a chase where he's going to try to get away and hide.
Okay.
I mean, one way or another, the rest of the town guards are going to come after us. Even if there's like one guard that got away or no guards that got away, either way, they're going to know. Like, it's like right outside our fucking caravan. They're going to know.
Right. Well, if we can delay that by 5 minutes, it'd be nice.
I agree.
Well, I mean, if he's already in the market, there. Like you said, like more guards in like 5 minutes.
Guards are about 5 minutes out. Means that like rumors of it happening could only travel so fast. You know, it's only been 30 seconds. Townspeople are watching, going, "Holy shit!" And they might have gone.
Put himself on the spot.
How
It's
far?
within our benefit to kill
I'm
this
not
thing.
farthest back. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're saying he was 160 feet from Jaeger, is that correct?
No. He was 160 feet away from the group. I moved 30 feet towards the closest target so I could throw my javelin. He's about 130 from me, which is important.
That's right, okay.
I do not have anything that is approaching being able to touch
So
him.
he's 160 feet.
Aren't you a bard? You don't have a bow of some sort?
No, I do not.
You should just dash after him then.
Even that's not going to get me.
Yeah, that's fine.
That will get me.
Okay.
Doesn't get me any.
You can start getting the cart together, or I don't know.
Is there anything here that you want to do while they try to chase him down?
Left, so nothing to do except just chase.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just grab all of our earnings from last night. Like that's probably the most.
There you go.
like we're not going to be at this point. We're not going to be like packing up the caravan. So I'll just take all of our liquid cash.
Are we leaving the turtles?
No, they can walk, man. They can come with us. But the caravan, like the mules and whatever we're using to pull the caravan, is like that's probably gone.
The bears are good to go. They even have bicycles.
Yeah.
There is the question of Donatello, who has a sprained ankle from last night's performance.
That's all right. Chaka will carry him when the time comes.
That is if necessary. Donatello was my favorite. He's the smart one of the group.
Yeah, so I grab all the liquid cash and then move as close in with the other people just so I'm not, like, by myself.
Okay.
That's what I do with my turn.
I move 30 feet and with a hefty throw one of my javelins.
Okay.
With a disadvantage. And, oh yeah, nah, I don't think it's going to hit.
14 is what you gotta hit.
Isn't that a 19?
I think I got a
He has disadvantage.
disadvantage.
I understand.
I am a 13. Too bad.
Oh! It plucks in the ground right next to him, just a few feet away.
Never seen Apocalypse?
Yeah.
There's that scene where they're throwing javelins out, just...
And then it goes to Tory's turn. Last turn before this guard makes it his final dash into the market.
He's still within normal range for me, though.
Correct.
Okay, you're chasing...
Well,
okay.
it's 120, so you'd have to move and shoot. But no.
I fumble it, and I lose this.
We were not destined to kill this man. It is time to go.
Yeah, you completely fumble it. It doesn't even get your arrow goes like 5 feet. And the guard finally makes his final break into the market and gets lost in the maze.
Gives me the ability to like have contacts in the city's underworld. Do I know of a place that we can go to try and find Michael again? If that's okay with you guys.
Totally.
Yes. Actually, Michael's been observing from a distance. He didn't totally peace out. He just disappeared. He did not help. You guys, that shit was crazy.
I end my rage. I'm 60 foot since my original movement, so I look at the guard who's pinned to the ground next to me, and I pull my javelin out of his body.
Yeah, you guys survey the carnage around you.
I try to break up the dogs before they kill each other.
Can we search Katrin's body real quick?
I look to Mac. I said, "Go through the body. Get the good stuff. We gotta go."
I use my nimble hands and search the body.
Okay. I don't know if is masterwork still a thing in this?
What does that mean?
Okay, we'll sort out.
No, but not really.
Basically, all the guards have spears and shields and breastplates. Katrin has... What's that?
Or take a breastplate.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. Katrin.
Now in the future, leave them the fuck alone.
Now that I have a breastplate, there's no reason for me to ever start shit with them. It's something that I needed. Now I just need scale mail.
Sorry, go ahead.
The reason that I'm not a druid is because druid comes with obtuse equipment restrictions, which make no sense because it's like I want to go with whatever works, baby. I don't want to have unnatural prejudices. It's I'm talking about like an end times prepper is like this guy.
Sure.
Doomsday prepper.
So Michael comes out?
I go run and retrieve my javelin that missed as well.
Okay. Yeah, the last guard disappears. You retrieve your javelin, and yeah, you guys know you only have a few moments before there's going to be reinforcements here to handle you. That's definitely an officer that you just killed, which they're not going to be happy about. You start rifling through the bodies. You pull off one of the breastplates off of one of the guards. Kitron has a nice long sword and shield that are probably worth taking at first glance.
Okay.
And there's, see, let's roll some gold real quick. There's no D100, no.
2d10. There you go.
And rifling through their possessions, you find 40 gold among them. You pack those things up. As you're kind of scrambling to get things together, you see people kind of drifting back out of their houses, or like opening windows and staring out at you guys. A little street urchin runs up to you guys and says, "Michael sent me. Follow me."
I vote that.
I run back to the car. I look before we go. Does Kitchen have any official badges of office or paperwork?
She's wearing a kind of deep night blue tabard, and that appears to indicate that she's with the Ministry of Information, and she has a lieutenant's insignia on her chest.
Sure, I'll grab as much as I could possibly take off her that would make sense. I'm just gonna grab it.
Okay, yeah, you rip off the tabard, pull the insignia off, and stuff it in one of your pockets. Rifle through her pockets and pull out some random papers and orders that you find in there, and stuff them in your pockets, and then head off after the orphan.
And then are the mules hooked up to the carts?
They're probably tied down somehow. Probably not to the carts. But.
Right, but in the evening you would take off all their tack and everything, and so this was early morning. You hadn't packed everything up. So yeah, they're just tied down.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, leave the animals. What about the bears?
No, the bears come. They're family. Bears are family.
Bears are people.
That looks at the bears and is like,
I go to pick up Donatello.
They're not going to work where we're going.
No, they're very good. Good bears.
He just turns, follow me if you want to live, and he starts sprinting off down one of the side alleys. It sprints off down the street.
I am sorry. I will miss you.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not the bears?
You can try to bring them if you want.
After the smaller child.
Yeah, I tell the bears that I will meet them. I will reunite with them someday, but for now they have to flee the city.
Oh my god, you guys are abandoning the turtles. Alright.
It's unbearable. Sometimes you have to be
embarrassed.
I am a little embarrassed.
TMNB.
Embarrassed?
It's unbearable and I'm embarrassed, but it's something we had to do. I barely knew them.
You say you're cheerful.
They're performers, not warriors. We can't ask them to embark on the same perils that we're about to go off onto.
Yeah.
Didn't you say they were man-eaters?
Yeah.
They're reformed.
Right.
You can't just ask them to forego their healing process, man.
You run off after the urchin, and you struggle to keep pace with him as he leads you down. You duck down a street and then a side alley, then through a couple, like, he leads you through his grandmother's house. There's, like, chicken scurrying everywhere. And then down another side alley, he reaches down and lifts up a sewer lid and says, "Go, go, go, go!"
Chaka,
I'll jump down.
I roll athletic and jump down.
Okay. Just leap in, feet first. There's a splash as you land in this
The
blow.
chamber.
I get a 16 on my athletics and land it.
Do we have to roll?
Can
Can I roll acrobatics?
There's a ladder there.
I'll just do it for fun.
Can I do it with more flair and acrobatics stuff?
Yes.
That's what I want to do.
I got a 7 on my athletics. I crack my shin on a low pole and
Yeah.
I do a flip!
Chaka, you land. Splash. Matt goes. Lands like 1 foot on your shoulder. Thorn just goes. Burst into the muck. You see the urchin walk down the ladder behind you guys and pull the sewer lid over above you guys.
Clearly we're not safe.
I look at Thorn and I'm like, come on, man. We practiced this.
there.
Thorn, he never shows up to practice.
I don't do choreography, man. I have to improvise.
As the urchin like sets his feet down, you hear him patter into the murk, and you hear a shuffling and like a metal scraping, and then it clicks, and you see the flame of a lantern glow as he lights it. And he begins to head off further down the sewer.
I'm down to keep going, but I don't know about everybody else.
Okay. I
I don't
wouldn't mind.
have- Oh.
I wouldn't mind taking a pause and eating if we are going to continue.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
break.
Tori, what is your...
What's your verdict?
Well, I think a break is just fine, especially if we plan on playing for a little while longer. Like, I was worried that we would adjourn after this tunnel sequence and everything like that, but if you guys are up down to play, I am too.
Yeah.
We want like half an hour or 15 minutes?
Let's call it half an hour, because I need to take a few minutes to think as well.
So 7:30, 6:30 your time.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. That sounds great.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
turn my AC on.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
come back at, 6:30.
sometimes I really think that my AC is on too high, and then I realize the state pays for my air. And I go, that's okay. It's okay.
I wish the state paid for my air.
Well, and ours is really loud, so we have it off, and I'm like starting to really sweat.
If you think about it, Jesse, the government, the federal government pays for your air.
Yeah, but I pay them with my blood first.
That's true. All right. All right, guys. We'll see you at 30.
Yep. See you in a half hour.
Okay, you guys.